And away we go. Last season on Harbinger, our heroes reached the Temple of the Behemoth. Utilizing many skills and abilities, the party raced to the summit of a volcano, hoping to reach their destination before Admiral Rose. The Unpleasants, Lucky Corey, Mikhail, and Linnea the Tempest joined our heroes, while the remaining crew aboard Freedom's Fury distracted Rose's minions. Before descending through the lava, Cove received terrible news. Swablin, Kragan, and Jameson had been killed. The party entered the temple, braving traps and studying murals on the walls. Finally, they found Admiral Rose in the innermost sanctum. Battle ensued, and the party just barely survived. Hardtack was tempted to release the behemoth, but the combined efforts of the party dissuaded him. Cornelius ferried our heroes back to Sunhome over the next few weeks, and Juniper received a message from the elf druid Melchior. But what awaits our heroes? Will they recover from such ground-shaking news? How will their stories end? Find out right now on the final season of Harbinger.
I got goosebumps, Tyler. Goosebumps.
I wrote down in my notes, new season, same MFs.
New season just dropped.
New season,
We're the
same MFs.
Just to clarify.
Oh, good. Okay,
But
good.
no, the MFs, yeah. Damn,
Awesome.
Tyler.
I just connected to the captions. All right,
That's
here
fine.
we go.
Yeah, they were working and they weren't. It's fine.
Oh, phenomenal. Great. Okay, so we're going to start out
Right.
They're
a
working now.
little differently this time. Normally we start out with fun facts, and we kind of will be starting out with fun facts. However, this season we're shaking it up a little bit. This season, I am asking the questions.
Tyler really said,
Yeah.
I will
So
ask
ready?
the questions.
Almost immediately asked what, and I
I
realized
go
that's a
first?
question.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Wait,
go
do
for
we
it.
have to
I don't-
answer in
I
questions?
don't have to go.
Yeah, we have
Is
to
it
answer
like
the question.
Jeopardy
Like,
or whatever?
what
Yeah.
is-
No. Like I'm
What is?
asking you questions.
What is Ariel's
Tyler, I want to
tears?
break your game. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tyler, I want to break your heart.
Tyler's broken, all right.
I think
Tyler.
Tyler
Yeah.
deserves the access to the mute server button.
Yeah, right?
Oh man, that would be amazing.
Okay, I'm so
all right,
ready.
So,
Ask me a
great.
question.
Excellent. What is something that always makes Raven smile?
Oh, that's so wholesome. I was ready for something piss related.
I know.
Let's see. Birds.
Oh,
ravens.
That's good.
Burb. Yeah. Also
Burb.
flowers.
Burb.
Nice. I love
Burb.
Burb.
that. All right. Cool. All right. So we started with Raven. We'll move Raven.
I have
back
another
to
one.
you.
Can I have one
Oh,
more?
yeah.
Yeah. Go for
I'm
it.
so
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know, Tyler. Have you spent some time around dogs?
Yes.
Okay, great. Chad, if you haven't, then I'm really sorry. You're gonna have to disregard. But there's a thing that happens when Raven pets Lullaby in a very specific way, where Lullaby goes, you know, like a good little like when you get when you get
Yeah.
it in the good spot.
Yeah.
That is also something that makes Raven
Use a
smile.
good
That is
chuff.
adorable.
Yeah.
Good little,
That's great.
you know.
Little,
Okay, that's it.
All right, great. So Juniper, we're gonna start with you next week. But however, right now, I pulled up the questions. When did Juniper first feel like an adult?
They're great questions.
Thank
the
you.
first time that she saw someone of her group injured.
Oh.
And is
What a good
this
answer.
so of the druids? This is the first time someone got injured?
The first
Okay.
time, yeah, which was like someone coming back home after having traveled and they were injured. And she didn't know why, but she was part of the group that helped heal them.
Nice. That's awesome.
Really
All right.
good answer.
Yeah. All right. Hardtack. What is Hardtack's favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday?
Yeah.
Hmm. Are we assuming that the holidays are the same in this world, or are there
Well,
Make
are
one
there
up.
any fun particular holidays?
There are no same holidays. I think there was one holiday. No, it was Pride Month. All right, that's the
Ah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That it was Pride Month.
Holiday.
There is a
Yeah.
correct answer, by the way.
There is a correct, yeah.
It was Pride Month.
Oh, was Pride Month? Okay, great. All right.
It's
Sorry, that's
Ariel!
that's Bella coercing
No,
me a bit.
AJ, it's
What's his second favorite holiday?
Probably. I would assume in this world there is a holiday called Grog's Day,
nice.
where it's quite literally just like a drinking festival where everybody shows up in the streets, like outside their homes, with the grog they've made over the last like month or week, and then they just like have it outside, and then everybody walks through the street just going like door to door, filling their cup and drinking it and like tasting everything. And by the time you get like all the way down to the docks, everybody's just like pissing and puking and having a wonderful time. So
I knew we'd get back to piss.
we always get
Yeah,
back
of
to
course. That's great. All right, Diedrich. What are 2 things on Diedrich's bucket list?
Ooh.
A bucket.
I'm trying to
An
think
actual
of like,
bucket.
He
yeah,
has no idea what a bucket
Yeah,
list is.
I'm trying to
it's
think
just
of,
like a
like-
list of
It's
different
just-
types of buckets.
It's a list, and it's just Jimmy Bucket's knife
Yeah,
on the list.
That's,
That's
it.
the bucket list.
That's it.
It's just
I don't even think Diedrich would have a bucket list. Maybe, okay, here, how about this? Diedrich finally realizes that he's gonna live past 18. And so he sits down with Lucky Corey, and they make a bucket list together. But it's like really dumb shit because he doesn't know any better. So it's like get into a fancy party. It's like wear nice shoes. Like it's just like really like normal people shit. Like
Nice.
yeah.
I love that. All right, nice. And Cove.
Hi, I'm cool.
Whose opinion do you care most about?
Out
Oh.
of the group or just out of anyone?
It's not your question.
Sorry.
Out of anyone?
I think at this point in Cove's live, it would be More Trouble.
That makes sense.
Pretty solid choice.
Pretty solid choice. Nice. All right, cool. All right.
I don't like
yeah.
that. I think you wrote.
Can we
all that
also
down.
hear out of the party? Just
Oh,
for
out
Yeah,
of the
actually,
party.
yeah. Let's do it out of the party.
Okay. So out of the party, honestly, I think that Cove would care the most about Juniper's opinions.
I think that's true for like all of us, but maybe her dad.
That's probably true. Yeah. All right, nice. Good fun facts, everybody. We open up. Let's say so. We open up in the docks at Sunhome. The sun is high in the sky. It's about noon, and the party is on Cornelius's ghostly ship. And Cornelius he's turned the ghostliness off
Ghost
for the
mode.
purposes. Yeah, he's turned off ghost mode
Yep.
for the purposes of docking and not freaking everybody out.
Is all
So-
of the party on the ship, or is there anyone that might potentially be in the water adjacent to the ship as a shark? Just curious.
Do you want? You could do
Yeah.
that if you want. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, within the ship, we see the whole crew finally heading home. They're so close, and we see beneath the surface a shark fin slowly rise out, and then slowly go back under the surface. And shooting out of the water, Free Willy style, is Juniper in shark mode. And do you want to like land on the docks? Like, what's your deal?
No. I'm trying to lay low.
Oh, okay.
I'm not in a social mood.
Okay, that's
So if we need to if we're having a gathering, someone's gonna have to call me, because I'm in the water. I'm staying in the water.
fair. Yeah. Well, so I will say that you have gotten. We'll continue. We'll do like a sort of not a retcon. We'll just revert. We'll back up a little bit from where we left off during the live session, where Juniper.
No, it's
So
all
the
good.
ship docks. Everyone begins to deboard. Cornelius, he says to the four of you, I guess, right. I'll be seeing you around, I guess. If I'm being honest, probably not. I plan on sailing away for a bit. Perhaps I'll be doing some hunting at Captains Mercury and Deacon.
Well, better go with Linnea. Isn't she doing that too?
No. I don't believe I'll be having Linnea aboard my ship.
Probably for the best.
So, farewell. And he says to Hardtack, and he says, I hope you found what you're looking for, Oil.
Hardtack just like shakes his head. He's like, me too.
Yeah. And so you get off the boat with all of your companions. At that point, Juniper, you have gotten your message. And you begin to go off into the woods. Do you tell anyone that you're going, or do you just go?
Sorry, I just go.
Alright, you just go. Cool. Nice. Alright, so you just go into the woods. You're all getting off the boat. More Trouble is actually waiting for you at the docks. I will be playing More Trouble, I guess.
Well, no, let Kenny.
You mean Kenny can't roleplay
yeah,
two
let
characters
Kenny-
at the same time?
Let Kenny
Give me
do
this.
it.
Give me this. Set the scene. What do I need to do?
Alright, so More Trouble. Alright. More Trouble. You've been waiting at the docks. You've been corresponding with 𝕾𝖊 via the sending spell.
Mhm.
And you eventually you have determined when the ship is coming in. You've determined that it would be today. You heard the news about the deaths on the ship.
I have More Trouble's icon. I could switch it really quick. And now you're More Trouble.
You certainly could. And More Trouble, the people in the boarding house, they have decided that they would like to hold a funeral for Jameson at the house as soon as everybody gets in, because it's been a while. But yeah, and so ship docks. More Trouble. You see 𝕾𝖊 get off the boat. He walks right up to you,
Okay.
and
So-
so does the rest of the party.
Is this when I would be able to have 𝕾𝖊 give More Trouble the souvenir and like have that moment? Because I think that like what would happen would be 𝕾𝖊 would finally like catch More Trouble's eye. They'd run into each other, embrace, and then 𝕾𝖊 would give the souvenir to More Trouble, telling him that he's been thinking about him the entire time he's been gone. And after that, I feel like that's when More Trouble would tell 𝕾𝖊 about all the boarding house stuff.
Okay,
That work?
great.
We good
Yeah,
there?
that's perfect. Yeah. So More Trouble tells 𝕾𝖊 all about this, and you. I'm assuming you're all just going straight to the boarding house then. Yeah.
I think so.
Great.
I'm tired. It's been a long trip.
It has been a long trip. As you're heading to the boarding house,
Are we with Juniper yet, or is Juniper still like in the woods?
Juniper is just gone.
'Kay.
Raven seems to be perfectly calm about it, so no one seems to really
Where's
lose their
Chare?
mind or anything. Chare is with all of you.
Okay.
And as you're walking to the boarding house, Chare, he's... you notice... Hardtack, you're the one that shook his hand. You notice that around the last letter of Mark, there are some glyphs of the deal that you made with Chare. And those are beginning to glow. And you notice that one by one, throughout the day, they have been fading.
Yeah, I have a question about that.
Yeah.
The last time, I think it was last episode, the in-person episode, where Chare told Raven that there was like 20 days left
Yeah.
of the contract, and then it took
Mhm.
us like, you said like 9 weeks or some shit
19 days. but
19 days. Okay.
Very close.
To get home. So today is day 20
Today is the last day.
of our deal. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Also, didn't Chari give me a scroll?
He did. He
Yeah,
did.
Okay.
And he
I just
said-
wanted to remind myself and also everyone else that I have a scroll.
Very nice.
You didn't open it, right? You don't know what it says?
I don't
No.
know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So you get to the boarding house. And it's very bittersweet. When you open the doors to the boarding house, there is a big banner. And it says, "Welcome home." And the little girl comes up to the four of you. And she gives you a big hug, collectively. One of the other boarders comes up and says, looks like he's this man, like a laborer, and he says, "We heard about Jameson, and we're so very sorry. We'd like to hold a funeral for him today." And at that, he turns around. Some of the other boarders have gotten out Jameson's effects, the things that he left at home. You see that there are several different quills, several different sheets of parchment. There is a book that he was writing, and it's called The Saviors of Sunhome.
Oh.
And
Wait, but he said he had just thought of a title. And
Yeah,
he
it's-
didn't get a chance to write it down, and he died right before.
yeah.
But that was that's the title?
No, it looks like it just says, like, in parentheses, like, TBD,
Okay.
and then a question mark next to it. But the boarder, he puts the book down on a pile of all of James's very neatly folded, very nice-looking clothing, and it's in a pile of all of his stuff at the center of the room. And he says, "Because we didn't, there's no body. We don't have anything to bury, so we figured that we could bury all of this, maybe."
The book finished.
No.
Can I open it? Can I see how much is in
Yeah.
it? Okay, so
Absolutely.
I want to. Yeah.
So-
Diedrich thumbs through the book.
Yeah. So you notice that, so the first, you open it, and it says, here we go. It opens up with a song, with lyrics to a song. It just says Thunder Smasher, Archer Badger. And it says, "In our fair city, four strangers met. Unto what purpose? Well, none know yet. But listen, friends, so you don't forget. Their grand adventure is not done yet." And it goes on. There's a bunch of lines here, but you flip through it, and it's chronicling all of the things that you all have done since you came to Sunhome. And Cove, you notice that you're in it too, which is strange because he was on the boat when you were when you met him on the boat, and this book
Yes.
has been in the city. More trouble, you learn, has been in communication with Jameson, writing down things that he's been telling him with the sending spell from the boat.
My heart.
Tyler, this is fucking. This hurts.
I love it.
And at that, they begin to just talk. Each of the boarders, saying how, you know, one there's this woman who says, "Yeah, Jameson, he, when we were kept in that cell when we were in a boat together, and he kept us cheerful. He was talking us through it. Many of us had given up, and he kept us up there. He kept us alive." And they begin just one by one telling their stories about Jameson. And then after they're all done, they all sit down. Everyone's just kind of looking at the ground. Do any of you have anything that you obviously don't have to, but like if you have anything to say, now would be the time.
Yeah, I think Dietrich would say.
Okay.
I think that Dietrich would go up to the podium and say, I didn't know Jameson very long, but he was so incredibly impactful in such a short time, and I think that you guys all know that, and I'll remember that. And that's the kind of person that I want to strive to be, like the kind of person who can, even on, like you said, on borrowed time, make that time so worth it. Because I understand what it's like to be on borrowed time. And I want to be more like Jameson and make the most of it. Steps down.
I think Raven would like pat, like maybe like wave Dietrich over or something, and like kind of just pat the back and be very. I mean, I think she'd be very quiet, but I think just very like, good job, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, Dietrich does like a little.
And maybe like invite Dietrich to like sit next to Lullaby or something.
Yeah, I think Dietrich is probably doing like a little head lean on your shoulder.
𝕾𝖊 is there too. What am I doing? 𝕾𝖊 is there as well. I guess I'll just put her on the map, I guess. 𝕾𝖊 looks around just to make sure that no one else is going to say anything. And she stands up. She says, I didn't know Jameson very much. I didn't know him very well. And I didn't know him for very long. But the time that I did know him was obviously before I was turned to stone. That's unimportant. Jameson loved life, and he loved living it. And one of the things that I remember him saying is that life is not so much about just surviving, but you need to live. You need to actually enjoy yourself, and the best way to do that is the people that are surrounding you, and the people that you choose to have surround you. And I know personally that has influenced all of my actions since then. And that I will, because of him, cherish everyone that is in my life. And she sits down. And Hardtack, you notice the single tears falling down her face.
Dietrich unfolds his bucket list and adds, cherish everyone to it.
That's really nice.
Hardtack pulls out a handkerchief and just makes sure it's clean. He shakes it off a little bit and then dabs the tear from 𝕾𝖊's face.
Nice. The man that had spoken to all of you when he first came in, he says, and now, in honor of old Jameson, we're gonna do some of the things that he loved. And he reaches under a table and he pulls out like a giant jug of alcohol. And he says, In my land, I come from up north, 𝕚𝖓. Funerals, obviously they're sad, but they're more about celebrating the life that was. And I plan on celebrating a lot tonight. And he pops the cork off and begins to pour glasses for everyone except for the little girl. And
Can
yeah.
Hardtack pull the what is the item? The tankard of sobriety
Yeah.
and hand it to the little girl so that she can also drink but not actually
Aw.
get drunk?
That's
Give yourself a hero point,
amazing.
Hardtack.
Yeah, not getting little girls drunk.
Yeah.
Heroic.
Yeah.
That's
That needs to be
amazing.
rewarded. All right, so as you're all drinking, as you're all raising it, the Diedrich, you see that the page is still open. The next verse of that song, and the guy who's raising the glass, he says, Jameson wrote this when we were all waiting for you. And he just reads it out. He says, when we were needed, our heroes were there. Druids and slavers and zombies beware. They free the oppressed from the bonds of despair. So challenge these four if you dare. And they all raise their glasses and drink to Jameson. We're gonna cut to Juniper. Juniper, you are in the woods. Back where it all began, is what you told Melchior. You are standing in that grove, which has what looks like still a giant crater, with these two deep-set six-toed footprints in it. And there is a blur next to you as what looks like a sparrow just blurs and becomes Melchior. And similarly to that conversation that you had in the live, he says, I'm very happy that you came. It's time that you learned the truth of what happened. And he offers you to sit down next to him.
Okay, Juniper will hesitate and then sit.
You notice that it looks like he's lost a lot of mass. Where he was very heavily muscled before, and now it looks like he's just kind of given up. And there are bags under his eyes. Looks like he hasn't slept. He hasn't meditated. And he says, a while ago, we were approached by a fey creature. He looked like it seemed like it was a child. And he told us that he had the means to help us accomplish what we wanted to accomplish. The destruction of civilization. And I was so wrapped up in my vengeance that I blindly accepted its help, forgetting that the Fae are clever and deceitful. He told us that death and destruction would follow, and that he would be its harbinger. And then he gave us the Elder Seed. He told us that in a year's time, we were to enact a ritual. Foolishly, I didn't question it. 𝕾𝖊𝖆 didn't question it. None of us did. And we lost everything. And he looks at you. His eyes are misty.
Juniper will say, okay, Juniper is taking a big pause first.
Yeah.
And then, not looking at him, Juniper says, "You are a fool."
I know. And I know that the way we treated you was not acceptable.
This isn't about me. You are responsible for everything that happened to everyone that we cared about. Not just their deaths, but their corruption. You're responsible for all of this. You all did this.
The rest of our family, after we left, well, what's left of us, they came to their senses, and they banished me. They went south. We had heard of another village of elves in the Silent Grove. And so I came north to find you, so I may begin to atone.
Well, for what it's worth, with me, you're not welcomed. There is no atoning. You're banished from anywhere near me as well. I never want to see you again, and if I hear about anything related to you, I will come for you. But before then, I need to hear everything that you know about this Fae creature. I need you to do everything in your power to help me kill it. And then I never want to hear from you again.
So he very solemnly nods. And he begins to tell you everything about this fake creature. You learn that this creature had been trapped in another world for an impossibly long time, even for elves. And that it found its way out by some means. He doesn't know how. But when it did, it had to wait for something to happen. And when that thing happened, it had been given the Elder Seed. And then it gave it to your family. The creature looked like a mix of Fae and... No, it looked like a Fae, but it looked as though it had been corrupted. It's, instead of the normal wings that a pixie or a fairy would have, it had these dark, feathery wings. Its hair was a shock of blue, and it spoke very strangely. And he begins to speak in High Sylvan, which is an ancient dialogue, an ancient language that the Druids don't speak anymore. It comes directly from the Feywild. And Melchior said, he said, I didn't even know the language when I had first heard it. I had to use magic to translate. And he begins to... He says a phrase. He says, the creature first spoke to us in this Fey language. It said, 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓, which translates to I am the Harbinger. I would like to find this creature. I will help you, Juniper. And I would like to kill it myself.
I'll flip you for it.
So he slowly reaches up and he takes his entire necklace off. And he says, I'm unfit to wear this. And he holds it out to you. He says, I see that you're already wearing one of the fangs. That's just a fraction of the power. Juniper, you are so young, especially by our lives, and yet you are almost as strong as 𝕾𝖊𝖆, the most powerful of our mages. You're able to transform into creatures almost as strong as I can, without the necklace. I'm unfit to lead our family, to be in our family, but you, Juniper, you are the future of our people.
The future of what people? You give me what you destroyed and expect me to be grateful? I don't want to be anything like you.
Good. Those who are most fit to lead do not want to lead. And he thrusts his hand forward with the necklace. He says, don't take it for me. Take it for them. And he gestures to that crater in the ground. He says, I'm not strong enough to avenge them, not on my own. But you can do this.
Okay. Juniper reaches out and Okay, Juniper is gonna take the necklace. Juniper is gonna take the necklace. Man, is she?
Dude, smash it. Fucking destroy it. I don't know. You could do a lot of things.
I think this is like a tough moment. I need
Yeah.
to talk it through out loud
Yeah,
because
talk it out.
Do it. I'm so
okay,
ready.
Juniper is gonna
I wanna
put
hear
her
your
hand
mind.
on the necklace, okay? But
Okay.
she's not.
I will say that as soon as your hand makes contact with the necklace, your green side almost instantly activates. You feel like you can hear the trees whispering to each other. You can feel the wind against your skin, and you can smell the soil. It seems as though everything is vivid, and you can almost see through animal instinct as your base form.
Okay. I think Juniper, before touching it, was absolutely not planning to take the necklace, was planning to take it and destroy it. But the reality is, as soon as they feel that, they can't give it up. So I think they're gonna touch the necklace and then like grip it and then say, I hate myself because you created me. And then walk away, if possible. And like, just like walk into the woods. We just need
Wow.
a woods moment.
My god. Alright, you can give yourself a hero point.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The insane
Holy
RP.
shit, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was intense.
I was like, don't say anything, don't say anything, don't say anything. But I was like, someone's gotta fucking say that Bella's doing so fucking good right now.
That was insane, though. That was wild. And like, I just want to throw that out there too. Like, this is hard. This is a hard thing to do for like first time indieers. Like, this is like it's
Bella's
just-
played D&D before.
Well,
so.
you guys are just really impressive. Every single one of you are really, really impressive. And like Bella just showed that again, like how impressive you guys are. That was rad.
It's season 4, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Season 4. We're on season 1.
Yeah.
Me who
Juniper-
entered season 3.
Nah, Kenny, you're an old pro at this.
Yeah, you are.
Well, lies, but thank you.
Juniper, as you're leaving, as you're just walking away, you do hear Melchior very silently weeping as you leave the grove. And you begin to head back. We cut back to the I completely forgot to play the Juniper music that Testy wrote.
Just play it now.
Tester
playing it now.
Juniper music?
Tester.
Tester.
The
Tester
testinator.
Juniper music.
Tester.
You're also
Very good.
muted.
Ooh.
You're muted, Tester. Just in case you-
Tester.
I know I haven't said anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it now because
Okay,
wrote
play it. And,
Juniper
it's
and
still
play it
appropriate.
because I have a question for you then.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, great. I would like to imagine that after this, Juniper just like is probably gonna go back to the group. Has a lot to think about though first. So just wants like a little moment in a tree. Do you get the vibes? Question. Juniper
I do.
also would like to investigate the necklace and try to understand here's what she's trying to determine. Can she take it apart without like ruining its effects? Can she make it into something different? Because I think that like she can't give it up because she wants that power. But also like the idea of like putting it on as a necklace is like it like feels really, really uncomfortable, and I think she feels like she like it's just gonna be a big old thing if she has to like look like him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You probably could. Well,
and it's
can
okay
be
if that's
done.
what it is, right?
No, it can be done. You would need someone's help. Maybe 𝕾𝖊, maybe Harkin, maybe Lysander. Like maybe someone who knows how magic works, and like someone who's able to like, because this is a very powerful, very potent magic item. So you definitely will need someone who's an expert to be able to shift it into something else. But it can be done.
Okay,
just
I
take a
think
little
Juniper then is for sure gonna be like upset as hell about that in a tree for a little bit.
Great. Nice. Okay. We cut back to the boarding house. The funeral celebration is continuing. It has been several hours. Hardtack, there is a single glyph left on your hand. 𝕊𝖃, you notice, has been very pensive, especially since the funeral, since all those speeches. And he clears his throat, and he pulls the four of you aside, while everyone else seems to be occupied. And he says, so, we're almost done. You know? That deal's almost up. And, I've been thinking... And he looks... You noticed that as the speeches continued...
Sorry, can you throw an image of Chari up?
It should be there.
It's up.
It's a
Oh, I don't. I'm sorry.
to the left.
I don't think I
Yeah.
zoomed out.
You just gotta you gotta
Sorry.
zoom out a little.
Sorry.
Yep.
Never mind.
And 𝕊𝖃, he says, you notice that during all of the speeches for each eulogy, he looked sadder and sadder. Like you've never seen him express this much emotion. And he says, I got... And you hear him just whisper, like, fuck it. And he says, I got something to tell you. Look, there isn't an easy way to say this. I was trapped in Shadowfell for a really long time. Like a really long time. Like 500 years. Over 500 years. And that place, it, when you're there, it changes you. It saps your emotions. You know, things that you would never do, things that would make you sick, they make you feel nothing after a while. You know, like stealing killing, or tricking a bunch of elves into doing some really bad shit to themselves. And he says, I've only recently started to feel regret.
Holy.
My time out of the Shadowfell, it's I think I'm starting to get some of myself back. And when I met you guys, it was I was a different Fae.
He's just talking to Testy right now, or to Hardtack.
He's talking to all four of you.
Oh, okay, so we all hear this.
Yeah. And he says, I did something unforgivable. And, I didn't say nothing before, you know, in the unlikely event that you could stop me. But, and then he looks at the glyph on your hand, Hardtack, and it's beginning to fade. He says, but now I'm telling you, in case you can stop me. And he says, I made a deal with something really bad to get out of there. Something really bad. Once our deal is over, I have to finish that deal. You have to stop me. And, the glyph fades away.
And Hardtack, as soon as that glyph fades away, which I'm assuming is marking the end of the contract, and Hardtack has been watching like very closely while Chare has been talking.
Mm-hmm.
Can Hardtack try to like lunge towards Chare and put on the interdimensional shackles?
Shackles.
You definitely can try.
I can try.
But now Chare is unshackled, so you're gonna have to make a very high athletics.
So what I'm getting at is we're trying to hold Chare.
Oh God. Got a point, Hardtack?
Rip.
So we're trying to hold him, right?
I mean, I think this all happened like way too quickly.
Well, because I have something I could use that I've been looking at.
So
It's over.
as soon as the last glyph fades, you lunge for Chare, and Chare, it's almost as though you reach through him, and you realize that it's a blur. It's an after image. Chare is gone.
Diedrich looks at the crew and goes, did he say something about the druids?
I think Hardtack like has the shackles and like throws them against a wall, like right where Chare was, and just like throws him at the wall. He's angry.
Where did
I think-
where is he go?
I think Raven starts running towards the woods. Like,
So Raven,
Towards
you
Juniper?
reach towards the door, and the door opens, and Juniper's standing there. Juniper, you have reached the boarding house.
Mhm.
Juniper, you notice, is clutching the necklace that super beefy elf that you remember that you had fought a while ago was wearing.
I think Raven would hug Juniper. Like before even like I think like the panic of like trying to like open the door to like run. And also like we don't hug. But I think Raven would just like hug Juniper and this like very like sweep of emotions kind of a thing.
Juniper in that moment is like, sorry, bestie, rigid. Not mad about it, but just rigid because they're trying
You
to
can be
like,
mad about it.
look everywhere, like looking around, scanning for Chare.
Yeah.
You
Diedrich,
don't see him.
Diedrich goes, Juniper, are you okay?
Where's Chare?
He disappeared right at the end of his contract. He said some really fucked up shit about regret and
I think
stop
Raven
him?
would like whisper like, what do you know?
Can Juniper? Okay. I want to see if I can. I have a spell. Can I cast a spell?
Go for it. What
The spell
spell?
is locate creature.
Oh shit.
That's a good spell.
That's
Would you
so
pop
good.
that bad boy into chat?
I will try.
Excellent. You sense the direction of a creature if it's within 1,000 feet of you, and if it's moving in the direction it moved. Go ahead and alright, so you cast the spell?
Yeah.
Raven, when you hear Juniper say, "Where's Chare?" and her eyes blaze green. It's almost as if there's green fire like coming out of her eyes. And Juniper, you see a trail of what looks like shadow. Wisps of darkness mixed with like pinpoints of starlight and slightly green energy but corrupted by the shadow. And it's moving outside of the city.
Cool,
Similar
cool.
to the direction that you had first traveled with on your first excursion with Mikhail.
To where the
Okay.
guy with all the masks was.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'm just trying to think of if there's anything I can, because like Juniper is pretty like in their own head and will
Yeah.
probably just like go. And I'm just trying to think if there's anything that she could like leave to help everyone follow other than just like y'all observing her leaving. Because I think that like anything that she does to try to like get y'all to follow would be an afterthought, unfortunately. So I think with that in mind, probably Juniper, what's like the fastest thing that I can transform into?
Let's find out.
Can I be like a freaking big cat or something?
Let's find out. You can. A cheetah has a challenge rating of 1, so you could transform
Yeah,
into a
I'm
cheetah.
gonna cheetah and I'm gonna bolt.
Juniper's form blurs,
Sorry.
and a cheetah stands where Juniper was and just bolts out.
Sorry.
Can Raven grab her
Raven-
bag and bow
Yeah.
and just start running after? Like not even
Yeah.
like literally. I think like Raven is very no thought, just like
Yeah,
support
absolutely.
friend. Like
I'm on my way.
I'm waiting.
Incredible.
And like
duration is
Lullaby's
an
like,
hour.
you know.
Yeah, Lullaby just like bolts after you.
Yeah.
Raven, you're an excellent tracker. You're a level
Yeah, I am.
what, a level 7 ranger now.
Yeah.
You should be
Yeah,
able
I'm
to
not trying
easily
be
track.
Sneaky. I'm making
Right,
a
yeah.
mess.
Yeah, you should easily be able to track Juniper, especially
like,
by the
imagining-
trail of destruction in her wake.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm also imagining like, cause I can like, me and my wolf were like connected. I kept smacking my head. We're like connected, right? So like, if my
Yeah.
wolf is like behind Juniper, there's like a
Yeah.
trail that I'm following of like,
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What do the rest of you do? The rest of you also going?
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Cove-
I,
flying.
yeah, I sprint after.
I think is More Trouble still at the boarding house?
Yes.
I think that before running after them, Cove would stop at More Trouble, kiss his hands, and go, "I'll be back, I promise," and would book
He-
it after.
You just
Can-
hear him say,
okay.
"Work," and
Honestly, he would.
Wow.
No, you got it.
Thank you.
I want to. Diedrich looks at Lysander and says, "Can you track Raven? Because I think that they're probably way faster than us, right? And Raven's a great tracker. I assume Lysander, as also a ranger, is a great tracker.
Are y'all just like making a trail of
Yeah, I think we
trackers?
probably
Just
are
like
because
people
I think we can just
Yeah,
follow
fucking
Raven
did.
at this
Yeah,
point.
like, I think Raven's
It's
even
not like
faster
Raven
than us.
is also a cheetah. Isn't Raven just running at
Raven's
I'm
just
just
running.
woman.
All right.
Right.
So
I'm
okay, that's
just a
fine.
woman.
Run!
Okay, all right.
Just a woman.
So
Track
the
your
unpleasants
woman.
aren't there.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So
yeah.
we take off. I take off after.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sounds
So
like
you all
everyone
take
takes
off. Basically, you're using Raven as a guide. Raven's taking point, and Raven is tracking Juniper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is very
Stay
easy
with
within the
Raven.
confines of the city. You just need to follow the trail of like shocked people. Like there's one guy that's like, "There's a fucking cheetah!" And
My
so
Those here.
I don't think Cove's ever seen a cheetah.
yeah, no. So you follow Juniper outside of the city.
Me as a cheetah.
This is the cheetah.
You follow Juniper outside of the city, and Juniper is racing around the walls into the ruins, and these begin to look very familiar to all of you. You've gone through these ruins with 𝕾𝖊 when you were trying to figure out how the druids were getting into the city. You pass by
Episode 1 callback. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so you pass by all of these falling rocks that you had evaded the last time you were here. Things in the branches. You pass by, it looks like there are a few dead goblins that are just lying on the ground.
Oh my God.
It looks like they all just lied down in a circle and just looked at the sky.
That is
and
fucked
just died.
Up. That's fucked up, Tyler. Don't do that. That cannot. We did not kill them. That's not.
At least they went out in a very, very fun time.
They went
Tripping
out
balls.
dazed and confused, you know?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Cut to Cove having no fucking clue what you're
Yeah,
even
yeah,
looking
Cove, you
at.
just like see a circle of goblin
What the
bodies
fuck?
lying. Yeah, and eventually you get to Juniper's running underground. Juniper, you stop when you get to what used to be the Grove of the Guardian. It looks as though the whole area was carved out with like a giant spoon or something. Like there's a giant, perfectly like hemispherical crater, and at the very center of the crater there is a cracked mask.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
At this point, the spell is worn off. It's been well over an hour. I'm gonna say that you once you saw where the trail was going, you figured out where he was going.
Okay.
And yeah, at the very center, by the time you all catch up, Juniper, are you in elf form now?
Yeah.
Okay. You see Juniper standing at the crater, standing over a cracked mask. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna presume that Raven is very out of breath at this point.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're all incredibly out of breath.
Okay,
So I
can
thi-
Juniper like look like does Juniper's just been like vibing, just thinking, just with their thoughts. So does Juniper like realize like what Okay, wait, actually before everyone arrives. Sorry, besties.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you get there a good like 10 minutes before everybody else.
Yeah.
Cheetah at fucking 90 miles an hour.
Cheetah? Anyways,
I hardly know her.
Hey.
okay. I'm standing there. First of all, I'm going to dramatically put the necklace on. I just need that to be dramatic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love
And
it.
then-
You hold it up, and you all see Juniper. Do you mind if I describe this?
Please.
Alright. You all see Juniper hold up the necklace. One of the fangs is missing, and they put it on. The fang that's on her necklace, it seems to meld in as the necklace fully completes itself, and Juniper turns around a fully powered elf druid.
And says, I'm gonna kill him.
Whew.
Sorry, that wasn't the most dramatic, but
Side
No,
side
that
note,
was-
No, it
that was
was.
fucking dramatic as hell.
Notice how none of us had anything to say.
Side
Very
note,
dramatic.
side note about this too is like, over the last season, not only did you get close with Chare, like personally, right? Like more than the rest of us. Like you had a
Juniper's
personal
vibrating with rage.
Yeah, like it's more than just like what like I mean, yeah, he would be this mad, but on top of that, that's your friend. Like low key, your friend that did that to you and your family. I just like want, in case anyone fucking forgot about that, like they've been baking and making food and finding cool spices and shit together and like hanging out on the ship and having deep conversations and y'all had a heart to heart, didn't you? Like,
No, I didn't have a heart to heart with Chare.
he tried. I feel
No,
like I
no,
remember
no.
him
Someone
trying.
else. I think
was
Lysander
you.
tried to have a heart to heart with me. Do you
Somebody
remember?
did, yeah, because you were
'Cause he
like,
Alright,
you were like,
well-
why did I
He
take my
said
heart
heart to
out?
heart.
Yeah, right.
And I didn't understand the
Yeah, you
phrasing.
didn't
That was not
understand.
Chare though.
No,
But, we
but
did
I will
have
say
heart
that
to hearts basically.
Chare did tell you about his kid.
Oh
And
yeah.
how his like son was ripped apart in front of him, and
Uh huh.
he was cast into the Shadowfell for 500 years. Yeah. So
Yeah, and I defended Chare
Yeah.
for when someone warned us
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
the kid. Because I was
During-
like, certainly not. Anyways, it's
during
fine.
the
The
vineyard,
weird vines or
secret
whatever.
vineyard. Yeah.
Yeah, the secret vineyard, yeah.
Secret
Holy sh-
vineyard.
the grapes of wrath, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Sorry,
Um,
that. Whew, I just
yeah.
I had to add that context for a second. That is intense. Anyway,
Raven,
Yes. That's me.
do you want to open your? Do you notice that the seal on the scroll has cracked?
Yeah. Can I open it?
Yeah.
Can I wait till everybody's around?
Yeah. You wait until everyone's around. You wait like a full half an hour while everyone catches their breath.
Well, I'm like,
Yeah. It's like.
it's like I was good for like the first, 30 minutes because like I'm
Yeah.
in shape. But now I'm just like, I'm gonna. I think like it's not even like I don't think Raven would say anything. I think Raven would like have like a moment of like recollection and just be like, and like pull it out and go to open it.
Yeah. So, opening the scroll, it looks as though there is. So you open the scroll, and at first it looks blank, but then the words begin to fade into existence on the page.
Fun.
It looks as though it is a detailed description of instructions. And so the first thing it says, you learn that the Elder Seeds are gateways. I have it here somewhere. Where? Okay, well, I guess I didn't write it down. That's fine. I know it. It says that the Elder Seeds are gateways that link the Shadowfell to other planes. And that Chare is planning to link the Shadowfell to the Feywild. And in order to do that, he needs to go through the material plane first. Now that the link between the Shadowfell and the material plane has been established, all he needs to do is link it with the Feywild. And if that happens, troops from the Shadowfell will be able to exist in the material plane. And though their destination will be the Feywild, all kinds of hell will come through the material plane. Not just soldiers, but anything that lives in the Shadowfell can now just exist here.
Beasts and
Yeah,
fun. Okay.
yeah. And just the energy from the Shadowfell will suck the life out of the surrounding area.
Sick.
You know that ground zero for this will be where the Elder Seed was activated in the forest, which means it'll be very close to Sunhome.
it's that crater, right?
Yeah, that crater will be where the first gateway opens. You also know that Chare needs to enter the Feywild to enact the ritual. It also says that the Guardian, or he doesn't call it the Guardian, but it says that the being here sorry. It says that there is a being beneath Sunhome that has been gathering power for over a year. And its purpose is to essentially launch an assault on the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
And it says that you're going to
Cool.
need to go into the Feywild to stop me.
Can I, can I give the scroll to Juniper? Like, I don't want to say any of it. I think I just want to like hand it.
Yeah.
I think like
Juniper accidentally crunches it a little bit. Tries to uncrunch
Because
it.
of the rage fingers.
Because of
The rage fingers.
Oh my god.
Rage.
Wait,
finger.
I'm assuming that you're an elf. now, not a
Yeah,
cheetah.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm not a cheetah.
She just,
Cool.
And little cheetah
Been there,
paws.
done that. Am I right? Sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Raven would just give it to them and then just like sit.
Wait, so did we all read this like over
No.
Raven's shoulder, or we haven't
I don't
read
think
it
so.
yet?
I don't think so.
No,
Yeah.
just Raven.
Okay. So you read it and then you gave it to me,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna read it in my head and try to not completely crush it, and Juniper's just gonna say over and over again, I'm gonna kill him. Sorry.
Diedrich grabs the scroll out of your hand, or tries to.
Yeah, I'm not like death grip on it. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm like crunched hands, but like if
He,
you
like,
try
yeah,
to pull it, I'll let go.
I think you like just probably don't even look at me. Like Diedrich just goes up and kind of like slowly pulls the scroll out of your hands.
I think like Raven, upon knowing that Juniper has read it, and Juniper just keeps saying like, I'm gonna kill him, like I think like Raven would just be like sitting there almost like zoned out, but just being like, we're gonna help. I'm with you. Like anytime, like every time, it's like almost like a mantra of like reassurance of like, I'm with you. Yeah, we're gonna kill him. We're gonna get it. I'm with you. Let's go. Like
Diedrich
but, like,
reads it
mad.
out loud. Yeah.
mad but like numb and just like, you know.
Diedrich reads the scroll out loud to Hardtack and Cove.
And
Thank
Hardtack corrects
Diedrich,
Diedrich
you
every
can
now
read?
and then whenever he mispronounces or
Diedrich,
misreads
like, I'm
something.
gonna say you get like 2 out of every 17 words.
Okay.
And Hardtack's just like standing over Diedrich's
How
shoulder,
long does
like
this
with a
process
finger, like
take?
following along.
Are you
Just-
teaching? Are you teaching me how to read right now?
Diedrich's just
Slightly,
like
yeah.
Hardtack's like
Tahee.
the. Yeah. So
Diedrich, wait, before you continue, Tyler, Diedrich wants to clarify some things with the group in RP, I think. So he, after he reads the scroll out loud, he puts it down and he goes, so Chare
Yeah.
did this to Juniper's family before we
Yes.
even met him.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we met him, we helped him
Yeah.
get out of the IHOP, and
You're getting there.
and now he's gonna connect a bunch of planes together and make it. He's gonna destroy like the world. But wait, he told us he made a contract with someone, and now he has to fulfill it. Is Chare just as trapped in a contract
Wait.
as he was with us?
Juniper hadn't heard that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Okay, so
Yeah.
Juniper is gonna kind of
Oh, yeah,
like
that's true.
snap out of it and say, he's lying. He lied to us nonstop. Why would we believe that?
Listen, I'm not saying we should believe everything he says, but why would he tell us everything? His entire plan, give this scroll to Raven
This
ahead
is
of
a
time.
game to him. Look at what he's done. Look at what he's done. This is a game.
You're right. You're right. Let's go get him. We have to stop this.
and
And
at
Hardtack
that-
can inspect the broken mask to see if there's
Yeah.
anything of note there.
Totally.
It's the mask that the Guardian was wearing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Investigate or percept?
Well, what are you trying to figure out?
I think perception. Like I'm just trying to like see if there's anything to learn from it,
Check
not
it out.
looking for anything particular.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Rolling perception. Ooh.
Perceptive
Yeah.
as fuck, boy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So looking at the mask, you notice that it seems as though the color has been drained from it. Where it was originally this vibrant, like lapis blue, it is now just a pale, like a painting that has been drenched in sunlight for years and years and years and years. It looks depleted. The shards around it looks like it's cracked perfectly in half. And what's more disturbing is you don't see any of the other masks that were floating around the Guardian. And as you look down in this giant crater, you begin to see that there are small indentations in the ground. You look around, and you realize that the entire ground, the whole crater, is made up of these indentations. You kind of squat down to get a closer look, and you see that each indentation is a mask. Is an imprint of a mask. And they're all gone.
I have a question.
And that's what you see. Yeah, go ahead, Kove.
Would I be able to, like, do some sort of maybe history check to see if Cove would know anything, if he's read
Sure.
anything about these masks before?
Yeah. We'll see what you know. Yeah, roll me history. Yeah. So you don't really know much about these specific masks. You have heard a legend. You have heard legends of beings that could create, like, and this is like very old. Like, does this even exist? Mythology. Beings that might be able to replicate themselves and be a one-person army if given enough
Interesting.
time and given enough energy.
Okay, cool.
Do you head back?
Can I take the mask? Like the broken
Yeah,
mask? Okay.
Totally.
I'll
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. So you begin to head back into Sunhome. I guess to plan out your next move. You get back to the boarding house. Mikhail is there with the boarders. The boarders have mostly they've passed out at this point. They drank a lot.
Nice.
The little girl has just fallen asleep. She hasn't passed out. And Mikhail is sitting there in the center of the room. Looks like she's cleaning up with more trouble. And Mikhail says, "So you all just left, and I cleaned up this whole thing.
Sorry.
Want to let me know what's going on?"
Sorry.
Have you seen that somebody's no longer around?
Yeah, Chare's deal was up.
Do you
Yeah.
want to
Not
know
what I
why
heard.
all these bad things are happening?
You mean like getting
Like a l-
turned to stone for
Oh, well, that
For a
I don't know
while,
if that's
or-
very related, but at least some of the bad things that happened with Juniper and their people out in the woods. I'm
The
not sure if you
druids?
know. Yes, the
The
druids.
druid.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Mikhail was researching it.
That's the whole reason that
yeah.
we met.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have Chare to thank for all that.
Really?
Yeah.
And
Turns
now
out
we're
Chare
trying to
wasn't-
find him.
Yeah, it turns out
So-
Chare was not what he said he was. I mean, we never truly trusted him, but I thought maybe he was, just kind of quirky, not like behind all of our tragedy.
And now
So
we
you,
need to go
we
to
have
the
to find
Feywild.
Chare.
So
So you inform Mikhail of everything.
yes.
Yeah.
And Mikhail says, "Well, I mean, getting into the Feywild it's almost impossible."
Almost.
So I don't
Almost?
think that. Yeah. So I mean, I highly doubt that Chare would find a way into the Feywild. I mean, it would take an almost legendary amount of power and skill.
Uh-huh. What else would it take, Mikhail?
Well, I mean, you would need to find a place that's kind of the borders between worlds would need to be a bit loose,
Yeah.
a bit flimsy. You'd need to find a place that's maybe been opened before. You might need to find there's a bunch of different ways that you could do it.
Did
Does
Chari
anyone?
use the IHOP to get to the Feywilds?
No, he no, that was
Okay.
I mean, that's how you found him in the first place, right?
Right.
So he couldn't get in there. Apparently, you can't get into the Feywild from IHOP. Who would have guessed? Yeah, apparently there are no, and furthermore, he couldn't have gotten back. So from what I understand, my theory is that he had gone into the Fantasy IHOP to, I can't believe I'm, all right. He had gone into the interdimensional space looking for a way into the Feywild after he dropped off the seed, and then when he couldn't find a way, he also got trapped there because he couldn't come back out. And so
Yeah, when we met him, wasn't he saying he was trying
Yeah.
to get to the Feywilds, but couldn't?
did.
And that he could, yeah.
yeah, so then I'm assuming that he won't, that is not a viable path for him to take.
What about the crater that the Elder Seed made? Didn't he say he was going to use the Elder Seed to make a portal in the first place?
So from what I understand, the Elder Seeds, they are links, but they only link to the Shadowfell. So I'm assuming that because of the cosmology of which I'm not altogether very familiar with, Harkin would know this, I think. Actually, I'm gonna call him. And she takes out a sending stone, and she calls Harkin to. She calls the Unpleasants to come over. She says, or she stops. She's like, "Is it okay if I tell them this?"
Yeah,
It's all right. I feel like Harkin would be a good, yeah. And so she presses a rune. She says, "Harkin." She kind of turns away. She's like, "Yes, I know. Just come on, get over here." And so she puts the stone in her pocket. She says, "My theory is that Chari wouldn't be able to use the seed to get into the Feywild because it only goes to the Shadowfell. But there are very few ways to actually get to the Feywild from here."
Okay, well, you said few.
Right. I mean, well, or if there was, I mean, there are. It's been said that there are artifacts that are able to open portals between worlds.
Like what?
Can
I
Hardtack
mean-
like pull out the mask thing that he took down there and like just hold it out? It's like,
Yeah.
and anything like this?
So she looks at it and she says, "No, no," and she puts her hands on your face. She's like, "No, that's not it. No."
Okay. And Hardtack just like puts it back in his. No, he like asks her to open up her bag of holding.
Yeah,
and it's
she's
just
like,
like,
"Yeah, just put it in here. It's okay." So yeah, you
Put it in your
yeah,
purse.
yeah. It's... So
I pull my hands out and I like get the granola crumbs off of them. Like,
She says, I mean, there are certain rituals, but that would tear apart the mind that tried that. I've heard tell that there are some artifacts that are able to, I don't know, just quickly scan through different worlds and open that, but I mean, I've never actually heard of one actually happening, or actually, existing. That's just, it's an artificer's legend, old artificer's tale, as they say.
Huh.
I mean, it like the old orreries might be able to, but those are all destroyed.
Can I ask a question about a spell that I know
Yeah.
that I'm curious about if it would help us with any information here?
Yeah.
So, like, I have a spell that's called Summon Fae, which is not like a specific Fae, it's like
Right.
a Fae creature, a Fae spirit.
Yeah.
And my question is, where is that summoned Fae coming from?
Comes from the Feywild, for sure.
How does that work? Can I like reverse engineer my spell?
You
great
probably
question.
couldn't. So the way that
Yeah,
it
I'm
works
sure
is
not.
you basically just kind of like reach through. Actually, whenever you conjure woodland creatures, when like the
Yeah.
8 snakes, for example, those are all
They are
fae.
inhibited by like Fey spirits, right?
Yeah, those are
Okay.
fae that take the form of animals,
Right.
and so you just kind of pluck them from the Feywild, and then they just do your bidding for.
But that doesn't
however
help
much time.
me understanding how to get to the Feywilds.
Could you conjure that Fae and we could maybe ask it some questions? Like, they're from the Feywild, especially like the ones that do your bidding. We could potentially like.
So
Our bidding is answer our questions truthfully.
I don't know. I mean,
you might be able to, but the fae that you're conjuring are they probably wouldn't understand interplanar travel. They're kind of like baseline
they're
fae.
just
Yeah.
little guys.
They're just little guys. Yeah.
Well, and it's not like
Yeah.
they have any hand in us conjuring them. My assumption
Right,
is like,
right.
or
Right,
just
yeah.
they just show
That's
up
my
and they're like, "How? I don't know. Okay."
Yeah, it's just like I was eating a sandwich, all of a sudden I'm a snake. Like that's kind of yeah.
In a similar spell way, is there a chance that I could use a spell to see if we can get some information?
Yeah. What
It's
spell
a
were you thinking?
ritual spell, so it's gonna take a few minutes. Can
I
I
just get my taco out.
can I cast divination?
Why don't you pop that bad boy in chat?
Okay, just click, do I click the bubble, the chat bubble?
Yes,
Just click
yes.
on the name divination and it should pop up in chat. Amazing.
Chat bubble.
Your magic and an offering put you in contact with a god or a god's servants who ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. GM offers a truthful reply. It might be a short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or an omen. The spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as casting of additional spells or loss of a companion, blah, 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 blah. If you cast the spell 2 or more times before finishing your long rest, there's a cumulative 25% chance that you get a random reading. And I make the roll in secret.
Okay, well,
Love that.
how do we feel about me trying to phone call God?
Yeah, I think you should. Okay,
And
so, like,
ask-
it
and the
says
question is like, how do we
specifically-
get to the Feywild?
It is
Well,
Easter.
it says
Yeah, phone a friend.
specifically, you ask a single question concerning a goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. So is that like us? So we're asking this thing about like what Chara is about to do, or are we asking?
No,
will
we
get an
wanna-
answer about the
we
We
Feywild?
just
How
want
to
to
get
ask
to the
how to get to the
Feywilds.
Feywilds.
Taylor, is that a
goal
question that
we
can be
have
answered?
for within 7 days?
I guess that's true. It is our goal within 7 days.
Like, I mean, theoretically, like someone has to know how to get to the Feywilds.
Somebody
I think
does.
that it's not unreasonable to try all of our resources.
Hi, Sarah.
And I think contacting a god would be a pretty good resource.
I'm fucking down as hell. So let's go.
Yeah, I
Wanna
don't
do
see
it?
why not.
Yeah.
I want to cast divination.
All right. So you cast divination.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So you have to sacrifice an offering appropriate to your religion, together worth at least 25 gold, which the spell consumes, also with some incense. Would you describe the ritual casting of this spell, Cove?
I'm trying to think of what I would be using as the offering. But I... Okay.
St. Cuthbert is the judge, right?
St.
Yeah,
Cuthbert is known as the
he's-
judge.
Yeah. So I feel like when it's time to like try to contact St. Cuthbert, Cove would probably, I feel like, because he's the judge, and when it comes to like a judge, you'd have to be like honest and just. So I think that the way that Cove would be casting divination is taking the ring that has the symbol of St. Cuthbert, and he would just hold it in his hands and whisper a secret that he feels needs to be spoken out, and he would cast it through the secret.
Worth 25 gold?
Could be. Well, that's the sacrifice part. I'm trying to think of what would be the sacrifice part.
Right.
Like what
Yeah,
would be
basically, you
breaking.
need an offering that is worth about 25 gold.
Do I have anything worth 25
What if
gold?
it's 25 gold?
No.
Do I?
Yeah, no. You gotta give me more than
Hang
that.
on. What's in
It could
my-
be. I mean,
I have my
What?
souvenir from the ship.
that's worth about 1 gold.
Okay. What about my big picture book of demon princes?
Got him.
You
Doesn't it have to be appropriate to
Yeah, okay. Maybe
the
not that
religion
one.
though? So like, I
Yeah.
think Cove can answer this
We're
one.
judging them smash or pass. That's why. That's how it's.
So Cove,
And we're being really just about it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
do you have an idea of what the offering would be? Because basically, if you give me a skeleton of an idea, I will flesh it out.
So you know how? What if it's one of the stones that is on Cove's necklace?
Mm.
Oh.
Because he has the blue
That's cool.
stones.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's so true.
I'll say
So-
that you
That
have
bad
some
boy open.
jewels that are worth 25 gold.
I think I would like rip a 25 gold worth jewel off and use that.
Yeah, you do that. So Cove places the stone in front of him, begins waving incense in a circle until the smoke from the incense it doesn't disperse. It stays exactly where it is, and it forms a perfect circle around the stone. And the stone begins to glow, and the smoke begins to rise and change until it forms scales. Perfectly balanced scales, with the stone at the center. Cove, would you like to ask your question?
How do we get to the Feywild as quick as possible?
That's a good question. So,
Answer that, God.
Get God. Get
Huh.
Daddy DM.
yeah, so the smoke, the scales condense, changing and swirling around until it expands into the form of what looks like a mixture of a giant tree and a building. Cove, you don't recognize this building because you don't really travel to the center of Sunhome very often. But the rest of you recognize this as House Omarin.
That fucking
More
thing in the
specifically,
the orrery. Is that what
the
it's called?
orrery.
Yeah.
Yeah. That when it was phasing between trying to get you into the vault, I don't know if you remember, but there were a bunch of different scenes that it had shown you. Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah. All right. Let me just
Wait, so
just
everybody
translate
else
some
has
Italian.
seen this place? But I
Yeah.
haven't.
Yeah. We went there last season before, season 2.
I think season
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, that was the fucking Chad Squirrels episode.
And
the
that was
heist.
at the same place with like
More Trouble went there.
so more
Uh,
The
trouble
house
was there.
More
was the
trouble.
heist in House Omarin, or was that a different house?
The heist.
It was
the
you-
heist-
My
you
other
robbed-
character
you robbed
knows
House
about this
Omarin.
place
Yeah.
and I
Okay.
don't.
It was the orrery where More Trouble. Yeah, More Trouble was there for the party in our
Mhm.
our D&D one shot.
In the masquerade.
Yeah. So you hear
There we go.
Casomaren alla risposta che cerchi trova il planetario. And
Oh my god, I get
Yeah.
chills when
Damn,
you do
God
that.
sounds so good right now.
I get chills when you do that, Tyler. Holy
No, that's
shit.
enough to make me believe. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I think I believe.
Suddenly we're all
Welcome-
very
welcome,
religious.
fellow St. Cuthbert times.
and then you just hear like,
Oh
"My
my
name
God.
is John Dacre," like somewhere in the background. Christ the
Lord
Lord
is
is
risen
risen
today.
today. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So you hear that, and so yeah, but which of course roughly translates to House
Thank
Omarin
God.
has the answer that you seek. Find the orrery.
All right.
but in Italian.
Do I only hear my divinations, or does everyone
No,
else hear it?
everybody
Okay.
hears it.
I will immediately tell everyone that we need to go to House Omarin and find the orrery. I'm not gonna waste any time.
We remember the orrery. Is Harkin here yet?
Yeah. I'll say the unpleasants arrive because the ritual takes about like 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Okay, so when so we tell Harkin, I assume Harkin sees the ritual and hears it and everything. Because I remember us having trouble navigating the orrery, and Harkin helped us, if I recall.
Correct. Harkin tinkered with the orrery to have it go to the vault, but he kept like phasing through different worlds.
Okay, so Ďiďrik asked Harkin, do you think you could navigate the orrery to get us to the Feywilds?
Theoretically, I could. So first of all, when the unpleasants walk in, Harkin is like decked out. Like each of you got 1,000 gold from your journey, from your adventure. Harkin, like his robes have like gold inlay. He's got sapphires on his. He's got rings now. He's got like this giant necklace that says "wizard" on it, like in gold plate. He's got like. He has a hat.
Harkin got a chain.
Yeah, he has like a big hat on his head. It's like super elaborate. It's got like tons of feathers, and he's just walking in. He has a brand new spell book.
Does he swish? Like his clothes swish when he moves?
Yeah, his clothes like they go.
Oh
like his pants
God.
seem to be like made of metal or something, like a metal mesh.
He's got a jingle about him.
Yeah, and he walks in. And he says, "Who asks of Harkin now? And he says, "Yes, I can find. Honestly, I don't even care that you fuck up my name anymore. That's how rich I am. I am so wealthy that I don't care." And
Okay.
So he says, "Yes, I can make orrery, but it will be very, I do not want to go inside of House Omarin." Because we just robbed them.
Hey.
So.
Well.
But do they know that?
Do they? Yeah. Do they know?
Do they know we robbed them?
Well, no.
The city went to
I
shit
didn't rob
right
them.
after that, and no one saw us. So. And then we saved Sunhome. So as far as Omarin is concerned, we are the saviors of Sunhome.
Optional. We have to go.
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
I think I mean, I'm down to just go right now, and knock on the fucking front door.
Harkin,
I didn't necessarily say that we should knock on the front door, but I am standing firm that we have to go.
Like,
Right.
hello, good morning.
We'll work out the plan on the way.
Yeah.
So Mikhail, so Harkin like almost opens. He almost opens his mouth as if to ask like what's going on, and then he says, "I don't care."
Don't care.
Yeah.
Did we get 1,000 gold pieces each?
You each got 1,000
Holy
gold.
shit. Okay.
I wrote that in my thing now so that I know that I have money.
Yeah. So Harkin,
And
says,
Juniper and Hartak's arrangement still stands, so I get 2K.
2,000.
Nice. Yeah. So So Harkin, he says it will take time. It will take much time, especially. We will need to. I'm not sure how you plan on asking this question, but we will need some time to do this. And Mikhail chimes in, and she says, "We're not going now, are we? Like immediately?"
We need to go as soon as possible. We need to go
She
now.
says, "We're not
Can't
ready."
wait.
What do we need to do to get ready?
We
and
need
how
to
quickly
get
can
ready.
we do it?
Get ready
She
for
says-
what?
So she says,
Ready for
Food?
what?
Well, we have like 19 days of chilling. Like, we're ready to go.
We have not had 19 days of
Feywilds are
preparing for the
not a walk
Feywilds.
in the park. This is a whole other thing. And I agree that we need to get ready, but we need to do it now.
she says, "Okay, look. I have been promoted since the Battle of Sunhome. I will use my connections to get Harkin in to tweak the orrery.
What
Okay?
can we do?
While I do that, I want you all to go and get ready. You need to go to the market, do whatever you need to get supplies.
Shopping?
You cannot.
Good night, Tom. Here we come.
There are some rules before you enter the Feywild. There are some very crucial rules that you need to know before you go into the Feywild.
Okay, hit us.
I'll tell you when you're all ready.
Wait,
well, actually,
do
no.
we-
I should tell you now,
Yeah,
so
we
you know
need
what
to
the
know so we know what to
yeah.
buy.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Come on,
And
Mom.
so she just says this like as you're all leaving to go. So as you're walking out of the boarding house, she says, "You cannot eat Fey food.
Oh yeah.
You cannot accept gifts from the Fey. You cannot make promises to the Fey. Fey cannot lie. But they can twist words to not quite to fuck with the truth. I'm not a wordsmith. I'm not fucking Silvertongue. So I don't know
RIP.
what that
Was
means.
someone? Sorry.
What?
I just said RIP. Nothing. Keep going.
She says, so you're going to need to get a lot of food, preferably non-perishables, because you don't know how long you're going to be there. Something else, time works differently there. It doesn't flow the same way it does in our world. You might go there and be gone for 5 minutes, or you might be gone for 5 years, or 5 centuries, I don't know. And she says, furthermore, I don't know if I can come with you this time.
Why?
Because the boarding house, Sunhome, and she gestures, just look around.
You
And
belong here.
she says, it's chaos here. And they need me here. And I really hope that you all come back soon. And she says, I know that no matter what, unless I get killed, which, I guess I could never predict that, I'll be waiting for you when you get back. I'm an elf. We live really long.
Dietrich hugs Mikhail.
She gives you a hug, and she ruffles your hair, and she says, you've come a long way, kid. I remember when I first met you, you were just, well, you were a little shit, and now you're just a little shit.
I think Dietrich is like sobbing a little bit.
Yeah, she says to you, she says, I'm gonna look after Lucky Corey, I'm gonna make sure she doesn't get into any trouble. And if she does get into trouble, then she will have to deal with me.
I know you'll
But I'm
take
really
good
proud
care
of
of
you.
Sunhome.
I'm proud of you, Diedrich.
Oh my god. I'm gonna cry.
Where would the first stop be?
Keen-eyed
Is
Tom.
it Keen-Eyed Tom's? It's Keen-Eyed Tom's, isn't it? Alright, well,
It's
here we go.
always Keen-eyed Tom. I've missed him.
Are we sure we shouldn't figure out food first, or?
I do have the spell Create Food and Water,
Oh shit.
which will create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
Holy shit.
So
What level
it
spell
can
is that?
Does that
level
replace
3.
bagels though?
Right. We still should probably bring some bagels.
level
Definitely
3
need some
spell.
bagels.
It's
level
enough
3.
food and water to sustain 15 people for 24 hours, but if there's only 5 of us, that's 3 days.
Does it go bad?
It doesn't say. But wait, hang on.
It spoils if uneaten after 24 hours.
How often can you
But the
cast
water is
it?
clean.
We'd
and
have to
doesn't
do
go
it
bad.
once per day. Once
Yeah.
per day.
And it
Which
doesn't
also,
say-
to clarify, when we're in, like, that 24 hours, like,
Is it 24
the
hours in the
whole-
Feywild?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Like, because you said
Basically-
time's different.
We're not
we're
taking
not
into
bound
account
by,
time
like,
dilation.
material plane time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, 24 hours in the Feywild. Like, you'll...
Where you are, I'm sure,
Yeah.
at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, so but you can cast it like once a day at least. So
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just have to be conscious of spell slots.
yeah.
Right.
What level spell is it?
Level
or like
3.
how? I guess this is like a weird question to say, but how? Like,
I
how-
have 3 level 3 spell slots.
okay, so we should just reserve one per day, basically. if
Yeah.
Pretty
possible.
much. I can try to do that with my spells.
It needs to
Amazing. I
be-
mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's just if we get like, it's happened before where we can't rest.
Right.
So
It does say that the water is clean and doesn't go bad, so we'll have water.
then we're fine. Who needs to?
Oh, we
was
could go
like-
forever then.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's buy.
We got good berries. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
that's true. Let's buy some food just
Sorry.
in case, like, and throw it in our back. Like, we can buy like rations, I assume, from King-Eyed Tom, but like, just in case.
Now, folks,
We'll be
you've been
having
talking
bagel
about
rations.
food for a while in front of my shopping stand.
Hi, King-Eyed Tom. I missed you.
Can I whisper something to Juniper real quick though?
Yeah, sure.
Because I would have told the entire group about the create food and water thing that I can do. However, I would whisper to Juniper, can you pack some spices? It's gonna be bland. Because it does specify that the food is bland.
Hell yeah. Can I just go into the woods while y'all are shopping? I don't need anything. Respectfully.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go into the
fair.
woods. Yeah.
I need some more alone time. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
We
That's
were
fair.
on a
You
ship
need to
together
process
for
this. Yeah.
quite a while.
Yeah, I understand
and
that.
you got a lot to process. So
Juniper,
Yeah,
Juniper
well-
just digs a little hole and sits in the dirt.
No, I'm
Like a
foraging,
while.
but close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
go ahead. Yeah.
Same
So Juniper goes off into the woods. Keen-eyed Tom, he says, "Well, hello there, friends. It's good to see you again.
Hi, bud.
As you can see, there's quite a line formed behind you now. So I would love to get this shopping process all settled down, right
Is
and
there
quick."
actually a line? I know I'm not there, but I
There
don't.
is a line.
There's always a
Keen-eyed
line.
Tom, how are you? How have you
I'm
been?
doing well. Business is booming, and I would love to sell you some things.
We would love to buy some things. How's the family?
I don't have one, but they would
Oh.
be good if I had
Are
one.
you
so.
are you on your way to starting a family? Any
I'm-
love interests recently?
You can't
or-
keep
You
this
can't
stallion
just ask
down.
people that hardtack.
Sorry. Well, is there an equivalent of like lemnis bread in this?
Oh,
this
hell
world.
yeah.
What?
Yeah,
No.
good berries.
That's it.
Well, I mean, we've got good bread.
What is
Great
good bread?
even.
Good bread. It's like a good berry, except it doesn't heal you. You eat, a brick of good bread, and you're good. You're good to go for the rest of the day. Not very nutritious though.
Good bread. Bread makes you good.
It's some good bread.
How much is good bread?
I do 5 gold for 5 bricks.
And you said 1 brick per day.
Yes.
I'll think about it. And hardtack just kind of like
Okay.
stands back a little bit.
Oh my god.
So there's a guy behind you, the guy who's immediately behind the 4 of you. He's just like, oh my god, they've been gone for months. How did I get back right behind them?
Alright. What you got that's new, Keen-eyed Tom?
What? That's a weird question. Everything I have is brand new. Do you need what are you looking for? Anything in specific?
Yeah. I'm looking for some cool magical items and maybe a rope dart
A rope dart.
or
a
a whip.
What?
Yeah, I've got whips. We've got whips.
Do you have chains too?
That was
Yes.
one of the things I had, like the Indiana Jones whip. I was thinking it'd be cool if Dietrich wielded one of those.
Yeah, I've got whips. We even have magic whips.
Really?
But
Tell me about
they're
it.
a little expensive. Yeah, well, for I'd say 400 gold. We have it's a whip of sound breaking.
Well,
Breaks the sound barrier when you crack it.
does that do damage or is it just cool?
What? It does. Yeah, it's both. It does damage and it's very cool. It sounds great.
Isn't that how whips work though?
Wait,
Sorry.
wait. So it breaks the sound barrier, as in that's how fast it is, or how loud it is?
Well, so when you, I don't know the science behind whip cracking, but I know that when you crack it, it breaks the sound barrier. This whip, however, it makes an especially loud sound. It deals thunder damage as well as your regular whip damage.
There it is. Okay, sick.
Does really well against glass
Cool. Okay.
and breakable, shatterable objects.
Cool. I don't want that. Is that
Go
the only
for it.
magical whip you've got?
Yes, that is the only magical whip that I have in my stand.
Dietrich says, "Okay, I'll think about it."
This man behind us is going to end it all.
The man behind you is just like, I hate everything. I'm going to be late for work.
So, Keenan Tom sold me that winged fae encased in amber, which I totally forgot
Yeah.
I had.
Well,
I've asked
you
Chari
found that,
about
but
it.
yeah.
Oh, I thought I bought it from Keenan Tom.
No, you found it in one of your missions, I think with the Unpleasants.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. The nest, I think, is where I found it.
Yeah, probably. Something
So
like
I've had it. I've asked Chari about it, and he said, like, remember how he put 𝕾𝖊𝖆 in
Yeah.
an amber? So like it was like sucking energy from it, from his like life force or whatever. I still
Yeah.
never figured out what the fuck it is or does. Can I ask Keenan Tom about it?
that. Yeah. So he looks at it. He says, "Yeah. Well, this is I mean, it's a very potent. It could be used as a very potent spell component. Use
Okay.
that to cast a major spell.
What spells?
I'm talking like big magic, like resurrection stuff, like bring back the dead. The big things. I'm
Yeah,
talking.
really?
I'm talking big stuff.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna hold on to that.
I mean, I'd buy it from you.
No, I'm gonna hold on to it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else? All right. Is everyone just thinking about it?
I think. Hi.
Hello.
So I loved those arrows. Those arrows were some good arrows.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
have more arrows by chance? Maybe.
I have arrows. Well, it seems like those. And he squints at your quiver. He says, "I recognize that insignia. That's Gisele's ship."
I thought I didn't get one fire
You
arrow
probably got one
from.
or two from.
I think I
yeah,
got one fire arrow from.
from
I think
King
actually the
Ed's Tower, yeah.
only one I have left is from Keenan Tom.
That makes
I
sense.
used the ones for
Yeah.
Giselle.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Um,
yeah.
Do you have any more fire arrows?
Oh
inside?
yeah, I've got tons of fire arrows.
How much is a fire arrow?
So they're about, I'd say, 25 gold apiece.
Cool. Do you have any other kinds of fancy pants arrows?
Oh yeah, we've got fire, ice, thunder, force arrows. Those are a bit more expensive.
What's
we've
a
got
force
raid-
arrow?
A force arrow. Well, so he takes it looks like a hollow tube,
Mm-hmm.
or it looks like an arrow that's made of like plastic almost. And
Uh-huh.
he says, you fire this, it turns into pure force.
Oh, meaning like how? So what would the impact look like?
It would just look like just look like
So
hard.
like, so like, okay, is it more like almost like a blunt head where it won't do like puncture damage, but it does like it will like push someone back? Like, is that what it is like?
It turns into pure kinetic energy mid-flight.
Cool. Any other kind of cool arrows?
Oh yeah, we've got net arrows. You can shoot one,
I would
turns
love
into a
one
net.
net arrow. How much is that?
That's 25 gold as well. I'd say
Great.
most of the arrows are 25 gold apiece.
Amazing. I only have one other question for you, Keenan Tom, before I
Yes.
make my total purchase cart.
All right.
Do you have anything that might be useful for my dear friend here? And she pats Lullaby's head.
So Lullaby
Oh.
jumps up, puts his two front paws on the countertop, and he says, "Oh, hello there." And he says, "Well, I do have this saddle," and he
I mean, he's not really big enough to
Holy
ride per
shit.
se, but
he says, "Oh well, but he could be with this," and he says, "You put this saddle on,
Mhm.
you say the command word, Saddle activates. He
Uh-huh.
becomes one size category larger. Not
Amazing.
large enough for you to ride.
Horse
Uh-huh.
size.
Incredible. How much is that?
That is 100 gold.
I will for sure take
Hell yeah.
one saddle, please. So I would like to take one saddle. I would like to take 2 fire arrows. And I would like to take 2 net arrows. And if my math is correct, that should be 300 gold.
Sounds great. We also have spell scrolls. I don't know if anyone's
Yeah,
interested in this.
actually, now that you mention it,
Okay,
that was
great.
I totally wow. Yeah, what can spell scrolls? How much is that?
So it depends on the.
I totally remembered that.
It depends on the spell. So he says, well, we have a tiny hut.
Oh,
That's you
yeah.
open it, conjures a tiny hut.
fun.
That's a good one. We
Uh-huh.
have I don't know. We have honestly. So he looks at Cove. He's like, "Are you a cleric? You seem like a holy man."
Yes, I am.
He says, I have some spell scrolls that a cleric dropped off for me once, and I have not been able to sell them.
What do you have?
Well, I have Hallow, which is one. I have Guardians of Faith. I have Guiding Bolt, and I have Cure Wounds.
What was the first one?
Hallow.
Hallow.
Hello.
It
Zuko.
You're not
here.
here.
Zuko
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
well, yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So
Sorry.
he says, Hallow. The spell creates consecrated hallowed ground. In an area.
Okay. Okay, I have a
that.
non-RP question. I have a question.
Yeah.
How do spell scrolls work?
So with spell scroll, you basically just crack it open. You need to be able to cast spells of that level.
Cool.
So you crack the spell open, you open it, you read it, the scroll like disintegrates, spell happens.
Does it
Does
take a
not
slot?
expend
Does it take my-
does not
oh.
expend any resources of yours.
Oh, and there was one for, you said, Hollow, Guardian of Faith. You said Cure
Guiding
Wounds?
Bolt and Cure Wounds, yeah.
So, Keenan Tom, do you have any resurrection spells? Like anything I could use the encased amber thing for in those scrolls?
Well,
by chance?
I could turn that into I mean, you could use that as a substitute for a diamond for Revivify, I guess.
What is Revivify?
It brings someone back from the dead who's died
Within a
about a
minute.
minute ago.
That's
Okay.
what Cove has.
I have
If I remember
Revivify.
correctly.
I do.
And you don't, but you
I
need
do
a
as
diamond
well.
to cast it? Do you guys need diamonds to cast it?
Usually, but I guess with your amber is
Okay,
what Kenai Tom is saying.
I know. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna hand over my Fae encased in amber to Juniper, and I'm gonna give it to her and say,
Juniper's not here.
Juniper.
Oh,
Juniper's in the
oh.
woods.
That's right. I totally forgot.
I like to imagine that you're like, hey, Juniper, I've
Oh.
got something for you.
Oh, damn.
That's
Didn't
so
notice.
cute.
Meditating
Cove-
somewhere,
Cove hasn't
probably
known.
in a tree. Dina
really
is
funny.
looking in the tree branches. Juniper. Okay, sorry.
Even though Juniper is not the one with Revivify.
I
Juniper
have
said they
Revivify
have
also.
Revivify. Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait. Oh.
We
okay.
can have there's some crossover. I also have Revivify.
Oh.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to read out what the Hallow spell does?
Yes, please, because I'm considering purchasing.
So, the area has a radius of up to 60 feet of hallowed ground. The spell fails if the radius includes an area already effective of the iron, blah, blah, blah. So first, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead can't enter the area. Nor can such creatures charm, frighten, or possess creatures within it. Any creature charmed, frightened, or possessed is no longer. You can exclude one or more types of creatures from the effect. Second, you can bind an extra effect to the area. Choose the effect from the following list. It affects, it can affect specific creatures or just whatever. When a creature that would be affected enters for the first time or starts its turn there, it makes a charisma save. On a success, it ignores the effect. But courage, affected creatures can't be frightened. Darkness, it's dark. daylight, which is daylight. Energy protection. Affected creatures have resistance to one type of damage, except for bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. It's like an energy type of damage. Energy vulnerability. Affected creatures have vulnerability to one damage type of your choice. Everlasting rest. Dead bodies can't be turned into undead. Extra-dimensional interference. Affected creatures can't move or travel using teleportation or extra-dimensional or interplanar means. Fear. Creatures are frightened. Silence. It's silent. And then tongues. Affected creatures can communicate with anything that has a language, even if they don't share the language.
I think I'm good because I think almost every single one of those I have a different spell for the same use. So how much would the Guardian of Faith, Guiding Bolt, and Cure Wounds be?
So Guardian of Faith,
It's a level 4 spell.
level 4. So that would be 400 gold pieces.
Okay. I'll just buy the Cure Wounds and the Guiding Bolt one.
100 gold pieces
Okay. For each one.
for each. They're
So they're
both
level
level
one.
1. Yeah.
And then I don't know if you have. You probably don't, but if you do you have a necklace of prayer beads possibly?
Oh, of course we
Maybe?
do. Yeah, we have necklaces of prayer beads. There's a cat on your shoulder, son.
There is. Look it over here.
Are you aware? All right.
How much would a necklace of prayer beads cost?
That's like 1 gold piece.
Really?
I think so. Do you mean like just a regular neck, or is that a magic item that you're talking about?
It says it's a rare item.
Oh, why don't I fucking look that up? All right, 1 sec.
I'm sorry. You
I
said
thought you were
shopping,
just
I
like,
looked up
You
things.
could have had it
You're
for
just
1 gold, Cove.
No, but there's things it does. That's why I want it.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Oh, this is a lot more than 1 gold. Okay,
That's
yeah.
what I thought.
So yeah. So I'm gonna roll some d20s then
Oh, to find its value?
to find out the value.
Damn it.
I'm gonna do it with real dice.
Ooh.
Hey, yo.
So
You get to use
1.
real dice?
Yeah, that's right. I can do whatever I want.
The way you said that, Bella, gave the vibe of you guys are getting paid.
So. Okay, that's cool. So he says, yeah, this would be about 400 gold
That's not
for
bad.
this prayer bead necklace.
So I'll take those 2 scrolls. I'll take the necklace of prayer beads, and that's 600. And then how much were those bricks of food? The
5
bread
gold.
Good
5 gold for 5.
for 5, and they're 1 is good for each day.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna buy 10
good
of
bread.
them. I'm gonna buy 10 bread because then, in case we need to eat those, we can eat those, and I can use a spell slot for something else.
Nice.
Nice.
We're
right.
preparing.
Smart.
I
Very
think
smart.
I've made my decision, Keen-Eyed Tom.
Oh,
Let me
have
catch
you
up.
now? What would that be then?
Well, I too will take 10 good bread. But
For
I
my
also
bread
wanted to
buddies.
ask, do you have any sort of sending devices? Any sort of communication devices of any type?
Oh yes, I have sending stones. Is that the kind of thing you're looking for?
I prefer. I tend to lose things. You see, if I've had a number of sending stones in my day, and I typically lose them. I'm looking for something that potentially I could wear. I won't lose.
I understand. So I have sending bracelets, but they come in pairs. So
Yes.
you have to. You'll just be communicating with whoever has the other bracelet.
It's just
I
life
see.
alert.
Just life
Okay.
alert.
I think how many are how much is that?
It's 50 gold in total.
Okay. Can I have do you have 2 of them? 2 pairs, or do you only
2
have 1?
pairs. No, I've got
You have-
2 pairs. Yeah. that's
All right, perfect. I will 10 of those breads and 2 pairs of those, please.
Sounds great. Done. All
I
right,
have
so my
also made my
Oh.
decision.
The guy behind us in line is like, "Fucking finally!"
So so angry.
Keen-eyed Tom, do you have anything for luck? No?
What?
Anything like the Stone of Good Luck, which gives me +1 on ability checks and saving throws?
That's a very powerful effect. I don't think that I
No?
have that in my shop here at
Okay,
Sunhome
cool.
in the market.
Okay, what about a bag of holding?
Oh yes, actually, I recently stocked up. I do have a bag of holding.
How much is the bag of holding?
A bag of holding is 100 gold.
Okay, I will take the bag of holding.
All right.
I will take the whip that breaks the sound
Okay.
barrier, which is 500 gold. I also, do you have any poison?
No, he says very loud. I don't sell poison here in my shop. Meet me in the alley in 10
Got it.
minutes.
Okay, great. So I'll take those two things: the bag of holding and the whip that breaks the sound barrier. Does it have a name?
Soundbreaker. I don't know.
Soundbreak. Love it.
Whatever
I
you
love
want, it's good.
Okay,
good.
so that's just 600 gold for the bag of holding.
Yes,
and
I think so.
the-
Can I also buy a bag of holding?
Oh no, it's 500. Sorry.
How many bags does
Yeah,
this man have?
yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Well, I
only
only yeah. Well done, all of you. And
Also, I'll meet
because
you
you
in
all
the alley
spent
in 10 minutes.
so much money, I'll throw in a free healing potion.
Keen-eyed Tom, I
Oh,
really
yay.
hate
For
to
each of
interrupt
us?
you.
No. Yes.
We didn't cash out. Keen-eyed Tom, I don't want to. I don't want to. You know, I would like my saddle, and also I was wondering if you had regular arrows. Also,
Oh yes,
Just like
I have
regu-
regular.
how much are your regular arrows? I'm really sorry.
Do
to
you
interrupt.
want like so? I have.
Do you sell bundles?
I do have in bundles. If you want, I also have a quiver of everlasting arrows.
Oh.
How much is that?
Quiver of infinite arrows. Yes.
How much is that, please?
So that's a bit pricey.
Understandly,
It's about
everlasting.
300 gold pieces.
Oh my.
I totally understand that. I
We're
think
so
that's
rich.
probably pretty reasonable. For everlasting arrows. Listen, Tina Tam. I would like to check out now. And that does mean that I'm gonna pass on the scroll, I think. But I think my total is 600 gold. Please let me know if that is not the right number. I'm not very good at math.
That sounds about right.
Amazing. Okay, great. I just wanted to check out.
I
Thank you very
still
much.
want to meet you in the alley in 10 minutes for poison.
Can Hardtech
yeah.
walk and meet up with Mikhail for business?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm putting down. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's business time. Yeah.
Business.
Whenever makes sense for you. But
Yeah. oh,
Hardtech
okay.
in RP just like without a word just says, "I'll see you later," and
Yeah.
just kind of walks
That seems
away.
reasonable. Is that all of the purchasing that you all want to do?
Besides the
Was I able
poison.
to get a bag of holding too, or was that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I
And
spent a lot of
Kovil said
money.
that he gives you the healing potion.
Oh, sweet! I get it.
Yeah.
I did spend 710.
Yeah. He's like, the most amount of money, you get the free thing.
Yay!
And so he says, all right, well, if that's all the business you got, I have a big line of customers. It should take me about 15 minutes to deal with all of these customers, hopefully.
Will I also know what the beads, each bead on the
Yes,
necklace
yeah,
does?
I'm going to send them to you.
It could be later. It's not a right
Yeah,
now thing.
yeah. I'll send them to you. You actually rolled really well. So there's some cool beads.
Ooh, cool beads! I'm looking at
Yeah.
the list, and there's some fun things on this list.
Yeah, there's some cool ones.
I still have a potion of invisibility apparently on my sheet that I forgot about, and I also have
Mhm.
written here edible hat, and then it just says dash ate that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
That's
did
true.
eat that shit.
you did eat that shit. Like you ate it immediately after buying it.
I
too.
did immediately. I bet Cornelius.
You
the
literally
ring
were
of
like, "Do you want to see me eat
feather
this
falling."
hat?"
Yeah, he
Yeah.
gave
Honestly,
me a
I
ring
think
of
that
feather
was
falling.
strategic on your part, though, because if you didn't, you would have forgotten.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
true.
I mean, I got a ring
Um,
of feather falling out of it, so I'm pretty happy.
So we quick cut to Juniper. Juniper, so you're in the woods being introspective and
I'm
reflective.
foraging.
You're foraging. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're foraging. I want you to roll me a survival.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah, easy.
18. That's nice. Yeah. So, Juniper, you find so much good stuff. I'm gonna say that not only do you find some really good like mushrooms and just vegetables that are growing out of the ground, but I'm gonna say that as you're walking through the woods, you come across, you hear a rustling, and you go through the brush to investigate, and you see that there is what looks like an animal caught in a trap. It's a badger, and it has a rope tied around its leg. It's trying to get free. What would you like to do?
Okay, first, because I'm wizened, and an animal trap feels like a juniper trap. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So first I want to look around really thoroughly.
Okay.
What is that?
Like
roll.
what do you just
I want to see
perception?
if there's someone. Yeah. I want to see if that. Like my first thought is that who put this animal in it? Who put this trap here?
Go
Because
for it.
I want to find them before even
Okay.
helping the animal, respectfully.
Mhm.
Perception?
Yeah. I got a 25. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna say that you instantly hone in on there are these two humans that are crouching behind a couple of trees. That they have noticed you and they're just hiding behind the trees very poorly because you can smell them with your heightened senses and with your heightened hearing. You can hear their hearts quickening.
What are they
There are two
doing?
humans.
Are they trying to hunt this? A freaking
yeah.
badger?
Yeah, looks like they caught something in the trap.
Okay. Can I tell them to leave?
Yeah, do you just shout leave?
Yes, leave.
Yeah, they just you see them both startle and they just run off.
Okay, then I want to unhook the badger.
Okay. Yeah,
the
you
rope.
do that. You slip the rope off. The badger just kind of nudges your hand, and then it walks away.
Okay, and it's fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It seems totally fine.
Great.
It just seemed scared.
Okay. Cool.
The badger stops and looks at you, and then paws the ground a little bit. Wants you to follow it. Looks like.
Okay.
You follow it, and it shows you a huge stockpile of food of what looks like the humans were using it as bait. It's vegetables. It looks like a big farmer's supply of food
Bait for what?
for the animals.
What?
They were carrots, things that would
These
attract.
MFs are silly goofy. Cool.
Yeah, they didn't seem like they were very good at their job. But
Okay.
you just found a ton of food.
Cool.
You also see that there are a couple of squirrels on a tree, and one of them drops a nut on your head. And goes like chip 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 chip.
All right. I can't just naturally talk with animals, right? I need to use
No, you need to use a spell. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Where's my spell? All right. Let's use speak with animals, right?
Mhm.
Sorry.
That's fine. All right, yeah. So you cast the cheep 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 turns into hey, bruh.
Yeah,
Been waiting for this.
bro.
Hey, that was pretty rad what you did for that old badger down there.
Yeah, real
Pretty
recognize
rad
real, mate.
indeed, I'll say.
Bruh.
Yeah. Are you look? Have we met before?
What's your name?
My name is Stad.
Yeah. Did you have a buddy named
Chad.
Huh.
Good guy.
Huh. Everyone knows Chad.
Yeah. I know Chad.
What are you talking about, bro?
I go by Jad.
Wait. And so he's like, wait, you're Jad?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my fucking tree. You're motherfucking Jad! Holy...
Yeah, bro.
Oh my fucking tree.
So, like, okay, so he's like, hey, bros! Bros! And he just starts, like, calling out, and coming from
knew it.
the trees, just a legion, hundreds of squirrels crawling down the trees, and they're all surrounding you, and you just hear, they're all going, oh, Bajad, 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 Bajad. That squirrel in the tree, he's like, yeah, you did, like, a real big service for our friends on the inside, so we just, like, we wanted to thank you.
Heck yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Bro. Anytime, bro. I
Yeah.
got your backs, your tails, whatever.
Our little fluffy tails. Those are nice.
Yeah, bro. For sure.
That's
Touch
right.
your nuts, bro. Sorry.
Cheers, bro. We don't have anything for you. We're squirrels, but like
No, I don't
we've
need
got.
anything.
All right,
Just,
yeah,
I just need your good vibes with me, bro.
bro. You've got our good vibes for fucking ever, bro.
Sick. With that, I know I can make it through anything. Actually, you guys think you can do me a favor, bros?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, what do you need, bro? We've
Sick.
got you.
I'm about to go on a pretty big adventure, you know what I'm saying, broski? Big time. And
Oh,
I
yeah,
need
bro.
a whole lot of food, and I came across some. Which is great. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
specifically need to make sure that I'm bringing food that could last a while. And I'm wondering if you bros could maybe help me sort some of this food, and I can take the, last a long time food. Y'all can take that nice, sweet, fresh stuff, bros.
Well, so actually, so if you want, Vad over there, and so he like gestures to one of the other squirrels. It's like this super beefy squirrel. And he walks up, and he's holding what looks like some like big glass container, and it's got a lid on it, and it has all of what looks like just a bunch of different foods inside. And he puts it in front of you, and he says, "Yeah, Vad, he's found like this thing. None of us can open it, but like the food in here, it's been in there for like fucking weeks, bro, and it still hasn't gone bad. And like, so I don't know, we don't know how to open it because we're squirrels. But like, if you can open it,
Yeah,
then you
this
can
seems
just,
like a job for thumbs, bro.
Yeah, bro, we've got our little fingy paws. We don't
Yeah.
have those things.
Yeah. I know all about those. Every time I get my thumbs back, let me tell you, it's a breath of fresh air. But anyways, this is sick, bro. It's almost like you knew exactly what I needed and somehow happened upon it just when I needed it. That's almost
It's like-
suspiciously helpful, but I'm not gonna question it because
Bro, don't be suspicious.
that's sick, bro. I'll take this off your hands. Watch out for those silly humans, you know what I mean? I can scare them off again if y'all need. You let me know, bro.
Bro.
I got your back, your tails.
And he like does a little like paw to you. He's like, thanks, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And yeah, and so you get you get what it looks like. It's
Glass
an
case.
enchanted. It looks like basically an enchanted Pyrex that like keeps food fresh.
Magic Tupperware.
Indefinitely.
Oh my
Sick.
god.
Okay, cool.
Great.
And it's
So we
full
cut back.
already?
Yeah, it seems like it's full of like food. It looks like stew, but like you could like clean it out and like eat the stew and like put other stuff in it.
Stew seems perfect. That's
Worried
exactly
that squirrel's gonna start talking about macros.
He's like, bro, I've got like 144 grams of protein that I have to eat today, and then I've got like 78 fat and like 180 carbs. And so if I'm gonna fucking blow my gains if I don't eat several hundred acorns in the next 10 minutes, bro.
Yeah, bro, you gotta get those acorns in. I totally
Bruh.
get it.
I lift tree branches, bro.
Yeah, and it shows, bro.
Yeah.
Do not disappoint my eyes, bro.
That's
it's
right.
sick to behold your.
I'm just imagining a
Squirrel.
fucking beefy squirrel. Like the squirrel's just sitting there, fucking posted up, talking
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, hey, what's up, bro?"
So
Holy
Yeah.
shit, Tyler.
yeah.
So okay, so I'm gathering some stuff from the woods, but then also obviously this enchanted Pyrex. That's the star of the show.
yeah, that's yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So we cut back to civilization. And you get all of the things that you need. I'll say that so 𝕾𝖊 has used her connections to get Harkin into House O'Marin. Or at least that's what she said that she was going to do when that was happening. 𝕾𝖊 speaks to hardtack. Jesus. Hardtack.
I was gonna
You've
say
gone
stale
off.
cracker.
You've gone off to business time with
Yes.
𝕾𝖊.
Business.
Do you want to
Business.
do you want to elaborate, or are we just like
I,
assuming that
Happen
it's
off
business
screen,
time?
or-
I think Hardtack like talks to 𝕾𝖊, and shares what he would like to do in secrecy, and then basically says we need to go to the leaders of Sunhome in short order. We don't have much time, and I want to make sure this is done before we potentially go into the Feywilds for 5 minutes or 5 centuries. So, do you think? I mean, they're your boss, right? Do you think they're available at the moment?
She says, yeah, well, I could get you in with Lord Safe, I guess. This is a big deal, and I hope you have enough gold for it. But
And like Hardtack basically just like takes the backpack that he's wearing and just like slams it down onto the table. And he's like, I think I have enough.
wow, that was dramatic. Okay, yeah, that seems fine. Yeah. So yeah, I can get you in with Lord Safe.
Okay.
Or at least a representative. So she takes you in. She says, I'm gonna drop off Harkin. I have to put in a work order. Actually, this is 2 birds, 1 stone. And so she takes you in to basically the capital of Sunhome, which none of you have been to before. It is in the southwestern part of the city. It seems like the city was built out as an after the rest of the city was constructed. Lord Sife's estate is fucking huge. Lord Sife is not available, but there's a
Great.
representative that is sitting at a desk, and you slide a writ in front before him. And do you want me to read the writ out loud?
Yes.
Jesse?
So what's
Okay.
the writ? What's a writ?
So the
Not much.
writ.
What's the writ with you?
So the magistrate. The magistrate.
The legislature.
He says, you wish to replace House Polarius with your
That's right.
own?
What?
That's right.
He says, how much gold do you have?
Well, how much do you want? How much to make this happen?
Multiple thousands. The estate
Yes.
by itself is
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You need a lot of gold. Is there? We can. I will have to bring this to Lord Safe himself. He says, and according to this writ, I don't know who this person is. That you're
That's fine.
I don't know who this person is that you're referring to.
Mhm.
The odd.
But neither here nor there. It's once the gold changes hands, it's mine to do as I wish. Isn't that?
I suppose so. Yes.
Hardtack just puts 3,000 gold on the table.
He says, that is
This
a nice
should suffice,
deposit,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
That will be a good down payment on this house. And he says, we will see what we can do.
Okay.
There is a power vacuum. Mikhail, she says, do you know who this is? This is... You might know him as Thunder. You might also know him as one of the 4 heroes that saved the fucking city after House Polarius almost murdered everyone. And so he looks back up at you, Hardtack, and he says, I will address this with Lord Safe, and I will see what he has to say. Good day. And as he's about to turn, Mikhail's like, also I need access to House Amart. And he's like, and then we cut to the rest of the party. So Raven, Cove, 𝕃, is there anyone that you want to say farewell to before you go?
Can 𝕃 take a walk around Sunhome? In like his old stomping grounds, maybe. I don't know that he necessarily recognizes or sees anybody he knows, but I'm sure that there is other street rat kids about, and like I think
there are definitely a few.
I think he just does kind of a little like walk around and maybe like kicks a cabbage ball, back to some kids. Maybe drops a few coins and like buskers, like cups and stuff, and So I'm gonna say, 𝕃, you're walking around Sunhome, and you see a few street urchins playing. They're kicking a cabbage around, and one of them kicks it really far, and it splats in front of you. And a couple of them come up to you, or well, they don't come up to you. One of them is like, "Mister, hey, Mister, you kick that back?" 𝕃 picks it up and bounces it on his knee. Back to the kid.
So it kicks it back. You kick it back, and one of the kids, kid catches it, and one of the kids elbows the kid. He says, and the kid holding it is like, "You're real nice for one of them rich folk." And 𝕃, you realize, you look at your clothes that are clean. You're armed. You've got your sword. You've got your whip. You have a bag full of coins. And you realize that the people around you, the other citizens of Sunhome, they're just walking around you. They're looking at you with respect. And these kids are looking at you with respect. And it really sinks in just how far you've come. The kids go back to playing. And you continue walking.
There's Tyler casually destroying sundae.
What's
I want to go
new?
walking.
For once, it's not me.
Well, Raven, you're next. Who do you want to say?
Oh,
You wanna farewell to anyone, or what's your deal?
Oh, are we? Sorry, I wasn't trying to cut Sunday's moment short.
No, you're fine. No, that was it. That's all I.
God.
Yeah, I think. Are the Unpleasants with us?
They can be. They can be
Great.
for sure. Harkin, Mikhail has met up with Harkin, and she just tells him to go to House Polarius, and he's like,
Are
"I will
we-
go to House Polarius. I'm so rich," and he just walks away.
Are we
Silly.
at the boarding house? Like that's where we're at right now.
You can be. Yeah, you can go back to the boarding house.
Yeah,
I'm
can I be
Lysander,
at the? Yeah, can I be at the boarding house? I would also like to make sure the little girl is there, if that's possible.
Totally. That
Cool.
little girl
so
is there.
cool. I would Lysander and the little girl are like who I'm aiming to like.
Mhm.
You know, I think I would go to Lysander first.
Okay.
I think Raven would be very. Okay, hold on. I like it in character, you know what I mean? I think she's like looking down at her hands a lot, and she like isn't really looking at him. She's like, I don't really know what to say right now, and what to do right now, because I know that. Here's what I know. I know I really like you, but I also know I don't really have any understanding of what anything can look like with, or even if any of this is real. I don't know if this is normal or made up, and I don't know anything. But I do know is that I'm sad to leave, knowing that you're not coming with, and I'm sad that I don't know when I'll see you. But I have to do this because Juniper is my family. Juniper's been my family for longer than anyone. So I have to go. And I hope you get that. But I don't really know how to. I don't really like goodbyes, so I just wanted you to know that that's kind of where my feelings were. Of just not knowing.
So he takes you by the hand, takes both of your hands, and he says, Raven, in the short time that I've known you, you've shown me just how brave humans can be, and how even before our trip on the boat going for who knows where, he gestures to the rest of the boarders. He says, you saved them. You don't even know them. You are what heroes look like.
I think she just starts shaking her head. She's just like, no, like everyone deserves being saved.
She says, of course they do, but you're the one that did it. And he says, and I'd be lying if I said that I weren't sad that you're going. But you've got to go be a hero. In all these different worlds, all these different places. And no matter what, you're going to do great things. And when you get back, when you're done, I'll be waiting right here to finish what we started.
Yeah.
And Raven, those words echo in your mind. You remember they seem opposite of the last thing that the Shadow Man had said to you when you fled the woods.
Yeah.
And he says, I don't know when you'll be back. And he holds the sending stone. He says, I'm a call away. And if there's a way that I can help you here, I will.
Can I ask you to do me a favor? It's a big favor. So don't say yes unless you're on board.
You know what I'm gonna say, but all right.
I think Raven like nods to like where the little girl is. Will you look after her?
With my life, I will protect her.
I think Raven like nods and like lets go of hold on. I need like a second.
Yeah,
Just like a second.
that's totally fair. You.
I think
Do you mean to fucking say that, Tyler? Like, improv.
it's Tyler. I mean,
Oh god.
I think Raven lets go of Lysander's hands and like walks over to little girl and kind of squats down in front of her, and I think she grabs her hands and brushes the little hair behind her ear. Hold on, I'm there.
You got it.
Hold on.
You keep
your
going.
time.
I'm looking for something. You keep going.
Take your time.
I think she like, brushes the little, little tendril behind her ear. And said, "Hey, I got a big job for you while I'm gone. You see that guy over there?" And she like, nods back at Lysander. He's gonna need a lot of help. He's got a big job here. And I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to help him. Hold on. I'm good, man. I don't know why I'm... I need a strong one to help. Do you think you can help him? Do you think you can hang out with him and make sure that all of our friends, that they're good and safe? Sorry.
She nods. And she points to Lysander. She says, "That guy saved me." And then she points to you and she says, "You saved me too." And she gives you a hug. And she lets go and she fishes around in her pocket. She pulls out, looks like a little wooden carving. It looks like a very crude raven. And she gives it to you. She says, "I got this for you."
Thank you.
She stands up straight and she says, "No one's ever gonna hurt us again."
No. And if they try, you're gonna get them.
She says, "Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get him."
Yeah, you are.
And she gives you another hug. She gives you the raven. She says, "This will protect you."
Yeah. Thanks.
And at that, Lysander, he's sitting in the corner, and you turn to him, and he gives you a nod. He stands up, he walks over to you, gives you big ol' smooch.
Yeah!
Smooch counter!
Bella, you can
Smooch
have
counter!
that smooch counter. And yeah, he says, "We'll be here when you get back. I promise."
Oh god, Tyler.
Cove?
I gotta follow that.
Oh, don't you worry.
Ugh.
Cove, anyone that you wanna bad farewell to?
I have to go make it gay. It's more trouble. I'm gonna
Okay.
go talk to more trouble.
You're not gonna RP with yourself, you're RPing with me.
Perfect.
So, I'm
That's
more
great.
trouble now.
Hi, more trouble.
Look at me. Alright, so yeah.
Oh my god.
So, more trouble, you find, I'm gonna say that more trouble is currently entertaining a group of people in a tavern. You open the door, raucous applause, as More Trouble just like he leans like it looks like he's about to go off stage, and he turns around and he says, "And then I said I'll take 4," and the crowd just explodes into laughter. And More Trouble's like, "You've been great. I'll see you all probably in an hour," and he goes off. Takes a tankard of ale from like someone at a table, and he like puts it on, and he says, "You've been great too," and he walks over. He sees you in the back, and he kind of waves some people up and says, yeah, I'll see you in a bit." And he walks up to you, and he says, "Cove, hey."
Hi, I need to talk to you.
Okay.
Can we go somewhere a little bit more private?
Okay. This never ends well.
Are you breaking up? Like
He takes you by the hand. He says, "I know a place," and you go backstage. To basically the green room. It's where you see that there's a bunch of different. There's like horn polish, and there's like different outfits, and like there's like a big like mannequin head with like a bunch of different like there. It's basically the workroom, but for one. And so he says, "So what did you want to tell me?"
I'm gonna have to go away for a little while, and I don't know when I'll be back.
Okay.
We have to stop 𝕊𝖃. And before I leave this time, I want to tell you that I'll be going away.
You want to? You want to stop 𝕊𝖃?
He's planning something bad, and we have to go and stop him.
So he says to you, he says, "You know, the first time I met 𝕊𝖃, it was at a party, go figure, and something came into the portal. Something came into the ballroom. It was I was, you know, you remember I was doing that gig in House O'Marin, and something came into House O'Marin, and it swatted at him and knocked him aside."
Right.
And is it like that bad?
I think it's more the world might end bad.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, that's bad. Okay. And so you're going to go away for a while so you can stop him.
Yes.
He sits you down and he says, "You know, in my field of work, we don't really get a chance to, you know, plant our roots. You know, I've kind of just been going wherever the work is, but I guess if you're leaving, the time that I've spent with you, I know it hasn't been, you know, that long, but I'd like it to be."
I wanted it to be that way too. And
Yeah, go ahead.
I want you to know, when I do get back, I don't want to leave you again.
So he takes out, it looks like a prop ring. Like it looks like it's definitely gilded. It's definitely like copper that's been like plated with gold. And he says, "So you're not married to the church anymore?"
I mean, I'll always be faithful to my church. But I'd
What about?
like to be faithful to you.
He says, He says, "Let's be honest. It was never you that we were worried about being faithful." And he puts the ring on you, on your finger, and he says, "I don't really know what your church believes as far as these things go. I've never really put much stock in it." And he gestures to his horns. He says, "Churches and I don't really get along really well, but I don't know. I could see this really going somewhere. And while this doesn't really matter to me from like a faith perspective, it matters to me personally. I'm not gonna say that I love you because, well, I could. And I think I might someday."
I'm gonna be honest, and Bella will probably like this. I think that Cove would go in and give 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆 a kiss.
Nice. Yeah.
Smooch counter.
Yeah.
Smooch counter.
Wow, we've exponentially increased the number of smooches.
Really? You've been dry
so-
as hell over here.
So when you withdraw, you see that 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆 is a deeper shade of red.
So gay.
And he's grinning this wacky toothy grin that you really have come to adore. And he says, "Come here, I have something to show you." And he stands you up, takes you out. You see that there's a big curtain in front of him, in front of the two of you. He says, "You know what this is?
No.
You're about to." And he flings the curtains aside, revealing the stage, and the whole audience just like looks up at you. And he says, "Everybody, this is Cove. He's going away for a while, so I'm gonna show him the best fucking time of his life right now, starting on this stage." And the crowd begins to cheer. And from there, we cut to...
My God.
From there, we cut to Hardtack. Hardtack, you get to the docks where you see Linnea. And she's sitting just kind of at the edge of the docks, and her feet are just dangling over it. Her familiar Sessa is coiled around her neck, and she seems to sense you coming, and she says, "I heard."
What did you
You
hear?
can say Mikhail's with you, Hardtack.
Yeah, that makes sense.
She says, "I heard you leaving. Again.
This time it's different.
Don't don't fucking say that it's different. You're leaving."
The first time I left was selfish, I admit. The sea called, I answered. That's fair. I don't think it's as selfish this time.
So she says, "What, because of you're going to the Feywild and you're going on some excursion around the plains? You think that justifies fucking anything? It doesn't."
You're gonna be staying here
Why?
on the material plane, right?
I don't have to.
You don't have. What do you want to come along, or do you want
I
to
could.
go get Mercury and Deacon and finish what you wanted to start?
We were supposed to do that together. We were
We can.
supposed to go out on the open fucking sea and cut their throats and dump them in the fucking water. Together.
That sounds like a good time.
That's what I think.
So Hardtack holds out his wrist, and he's still wearing the bracelet that he had given to, or had been given by 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆
From the
mother.
market? Oh, I see.
Yeah, the similar
The
looking,
sailor's
old
knot.
crusty
Yeah.
sailor's
Yeah.
knot,
That you had,
bracelet.
from 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆's mom. Yeah.
and he dips it in the water to get it wet, so it'll loosen up a little bit, and just fries until it comes off. And asks 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆, like, do you know who gave this to me? I told you, yes.
Yeah, my mom.
And he hands it to her.
So she slowly reaches out and she takes it and she says, "What am I supposed to do with this?"
Keep it safe. Keep it to remember her. And then he pulls out of his pocket, and this one's for you. It looks exactly the same. It's the same. It's the sending bracelet that he got, but
From
very
He-Man
similar,
Company.
brand new.
So you give her the bracelet and she says, "Dad, I think I'm gonna miss you a lot. And I
gonna
don't
miss
want to
you.
keep missing you." And she puts the bracelet on.
I'd sneakily put mine on
Mhm.
my left wrist.
And so she says, "When are you coming back? How will I know that you're coming back?"
Hardtack doesn't speak aloud, but uses the sending spell of the bracelet,
Mm-hmm. Nice.
and just says, "You're gonna hear from me every day.
Oh,
We might not be right next to each other. We might not be on the same boat slashing throats. But I sure hope to hear, whenever we talk every day, about the throats you're slashing."
She says, so she her eyes well up as she puts the bracelet on. She sees that yours is glowing as well, and she says, "Every time I cut a throat, I'll tell him that it was from you, Dad." And
As it should be.
My
she gives you a big hug. She says, "I love you, Dad."
I love you.
And she
Got a lot to catch up for.
she says, "You're fucking right, we do." And you release each other, and she vanishes. She misty steps. She disappears. No, I'm gonna say she thunder steps, because that's more 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖆 style. She vanishes, and the dock beneath her just explodes. And there's a dock master that's just like,
Hardtack's like,
wasn't me. Mikhail's like, "Let's get the fuck out of here." And
was
so,
Linnea wearing her proud pirate daughter shirt?
yes, she was. Mikhail, she still on the edge of this dock. She says, "This isn't goodbye. I'm not gonna say goodbye to you, because you're coming back, and I'll see you when you get back."
I have a surprise for you too.
Oh,
He pulls out the other pair of bracelets.
oh, a bracelet. Wow.
And he puts. He's like, yes.
An avocado.
I love how she treats me like a geriatric man with Alzheimer's. Like, she's,
But she's
a
into
bracelet.
Girl, I would too.
But she likes it.
But I put mine on. It's like, here, yes, it's a bracelet. And then he like puts it on her wrist as well.
Yeah, she slips it on. She says, "I hope that you can differentiate between those two bracelets because there's going to be very different messages going on between those two bracelets when
Slitting
you're away.
throats and having sex.
I just hope that they don't activate at the same time."
So, do you know how I know my left from my right,
Oh no.
McKay? I hold my fingers like this, and left, L, for Linnea.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say L for I can't pronounce the infernal.
𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓.
Yeah. I just that's the
He's like,
furthest thing from Elvish.
like he's like
that you
growling and whenever
Yeah.
he says it.
Yeah. You scare a child away on the bus. And,
Boom.
So, yeah. So she says, "Okay, well, let's get back. We've got some stuff to do. I'm sure that Harkin will have reached House Omarin by now. We should probably get the crew together and see you off.
Will you let
Yeah?
me know how the business turns out with these?
It'll work out.
Oh, okay.
Trust me. I now have clout within the government
Not
of
the
Sunhome.
clout.
So, when you get back, you'll see that the borders are no longer in that very cramped place. They'll now be in a manor. And
We're bringing borders back, baby.
we will.
Store revival.
We're also gonna sell books in that old.
Yeah, the
place.
boarding house. That's exactly part of the plan.
We'll just call
Mikhail.
it
the old.
borders.
Yes, the old.
Yeah.
The old boarding house will become borders where we sell books.
And now, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. All
You
right,
can
Borders
manage
is
that on
canon
top
now.
of managing
Jesus.
a manor and the government and
Yeah,
everybody
she's-
else, right?
She's like, no, we're gonna get someone else to do that. But that's not gonna be my problem. And then when you come back, you'll come back to the noble house Hardtack.
We'll work on the name.
Yeah.
Or we'll work on it. It might be House Drid because it might be in my name. Sorry.
We'll figure it out.
If I'm the one that's dealing with all the minutia. This isn't
maybe.
all right. So
Women
you
in
get
power.
the crew together. You get the crew together. Juniper.
Amazing.
Juniper, was there anyone that you like wanted to say goodbye to? Like you're just walking through the woods, or
I
like
can
are
think
you?
of Alfredo.
Yeah. I would like to
Fira.
imagine that I stopped and bought a bagel, but we don't have to make a whole
Oh,
thing of it. Juniper
fine,
would
yeah.
absolutely not have said that they were leaving.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no,
Juniper
that's
would have
fine.
bought
That makes
a
sense.
bagel and enjoyed
Yeah.
it in the end.
That's fine. Yeah.
What's his name again?
Who?
Melchior, right?
Yeah.
Melchior.
Yeah.
Okay, is there a way for me? I don't even care if it like successfully works. Is there a way that I could like send him a message?
So
It doesn't have to like even successfully work. It's just is there like a spot where I like think he might be that I could just like speak and be like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna hear this, but I have something to say to you. That vibes?
yeah.
That's the vibes
You
I
can
want.
go to the place where you first said goodbye after that tree outside of the old house.
Okay. I would like to go there, please.
You do that.
Great. Okay. And Juniper says, Juniper says, Melchior, I don't know if you can hear me, and if you can, don't respond because we're not having a conversation. I have a message for you. I'm finishing what you started, and I'm not doing it for you, and I'm not doing it for me. But I am taking care of the business that you created, the mess that you made. I am strong, not because of you, in spite of you. I would thank you for the gifts that you've given me, but I'm not thankful.
I will be gone for a while, but please know there's no amount of space, there's no amount of different dimensions that could keep me from keeping an eye on you. And if you step one toe out of line, if you hurt anybody, I will know about it and I will come for you next. Don't mess with me. And then she laughs maniacally and leaves.
That was incredible.
Holy shit!
That was incredible. Holy shit, yeah. So you, as you're walking away, you could have sworn you heard something rustle in the tree. You turn around to look in the branches where you thought you saw, like, some animal running along the branches. The tree is empty, and a small bird is flying away from the tree. A small trail of green light coming from the bird. And you meet up with the rest of the party. You all meet at the boarding house, where the boarders have... No, you don't meet at the boarding house. You all meet at House Omarin. Something strange is going on at House Omarin. The wards that are outside of the house that you saw when the undead were attacking, the wards look cracked. They look messed with. Upon closer inspection, so you see that Harkin is just standing with his arms folded, shouting at a guard who's shouting back at him. Harkin is just like, "Do you have any idea how rich I am? You have to let me in!" And the guard is like, "Sir, we're not letting anyone in. We are, in fact, as you can see, the wards have been tampered with, so we're not allowing any outside guests." You get closer. All of these runes that were on the glowing shield around the manor, they no longer look like runes. They look like little masks that are all around the manor. Harkin sees the five of you approach, and he says, "Please, tell him, tell this asinine, glorified soldier boy what is going on here." And Mikhail looks at the masks, and she says, "We have to get inside right now." You all run inside. Pushing past the guard, Mikhail flashes her badge. 𝕾𝖊𝖆𝖘𝖔𝖓 is in the main ballroom. The orrery has already been activated. She's looking around at it.
Oh, come on. Come on. Am I live? Am I live? Am I at least live?
Up you.
Hello, 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 hello.
Wait, hang
Oh,
on.
God.
Hello,
Yeah, I see.
hello, hello, hello,
Yep.
hello.
I
I
see.
We
couldn't
hear
tell
you.
if that was an issue.
Holy crap. Hold on. Give it a sec. Give it a sec.
It looks like it's where you might be back up. I think we're
Yeah,
back.
okay, I think we're
Are we
back. I think we're back.
Are we
I
back?
think we're back.
Looks like
What's
we're
the
back.
last thing that
You
remember?
the last thing I heard was
Yeah.
the orrery was
Has been
activated.
activated?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the orrery is activated. Aletheia is looking up at the stars, at the diagrams in the sky, or in the that are projected out, and she says, "It would appear that someone has tampered with my wards and activated my orrery. And who are you?"
She says that to us.
To all of you, yeah.
We are the saviors of Sunhome. Remember us?
And what are you... No, that's... Apologies. What are you doing in my manor?
We need to borrow your thingy.
Mikhail says, "Ma'am, this is official Sun Home business. We need to commandeer this orrery for purposes of traveling to the Feywild." She's holding up her badge. And Aletheia says, "Okay." And Harkin begins to work with the orrery. He begins to tamper with it, and he says, "This orrery has already been used." He says, "The sequences have already been activated for the Feywild." And Mikhail says, "Then we're too late. He's already there. You have to stop him then." Harkin. And Harkin presses a rune. The orrery spins and hums with arcane power, and the lights projected by the orrery get sucked back into the device, and a large beam fires out at the wall. The wall disappears, shattering like glass, opening a portal to another world. Soft green light illuminates the room, and our heroes step forward, beginning their journey into the Feywild, and we see slipping through behind them a small bird trailing green light.
All right, I can really do an intro. Welcome to shoot.
Jesus Christ!
Never
Has
mind.
risen today. Hallelujah! Happy Easter, everyone.